Right, we are live. Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to the ADELAIDE channel. We are here for the final live stream on the channel for 2021, 2022, just around the corner. And the game that has taken place here, it almost wasn't going to be taking place. The Thunder, they have 4 players out at the moment due to positive cases, which does mean we're going to get to see a few faces. We haven't really seen too much this year, but I hope you are all doing well. And I hope you guys all enjoy the live stream as well. If you are new, be sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. It is hugely appreciated all you guys being here. Just before we reach 2022, like I mentioned, this matchup, the Sydney Thunder taking on the Adelaide Strikers, and what will be an interesting contest, to say the least. The Strikers, with those late changes for the Thunder, they are sitting 57% likely to be able to get themselves a win. We have got a few predictions at the moment coming through and at the chat as well. Although, Brandon, you have to change yours just a little bit, as it is the same as Nathan's there as well. And Novmum is saying around the 200 mark for the Sydney Thunder. Now, they are going to be batting first. They actually chose that they wanted to bat first, so we'll have to wait and see how it goes. Happy New Year all in the chat as well, says Shane. And also we have got there chat, we have got Jay, we have got Johan as well, and also Reader's here for it as well. And so it's Katie Dixon, ALDAO, Happy New Year in there from Katie as well. And some of you guys, I know you guys from South Africa and also USA, you have to wait just a little bit longer until we get to the Happy New Year, but 3 hours from here is when it is going to be ticking over to that new year for us here in New Zealand. So I'm excited. We'll be interested to see what 2022 holds. Hopefully plenty of sport, but we've seen the first cancellation of a game in the BBL, and that was the matchup that did take place between the Perth Scorchers and the Melbourne Stars. Was going to be taking place yesterday, but due to positive cases, it does mean that they are going to be missing out on that one. I believe it can be rescheduled for the 2nd of January, but it is a big one there. And also we've got there, can you see my video after the live stream as an update? I know everyone has to be as well. And there says Brad, and also we've got the in from Jay. I wonder whether or not for this special occasion we are going to get to see Gurav in the chat as well. And also we've got the hello Amish, says AJ Sharp. Welcome into the live stream and go Strikers, says Johan. Looking through at the Sydney Thunder starting lineup for this game. No Alex Hales. He is missing from this one. We have got 170 as the prediction from Brandon there as well for 5 wickets down. But pretty much Alex Hales, he is going to be missing from this game. So instead it will be Jilks and Oliver Davies who will be opening up the batting. Then it is Jason Sanger. He has been in good form lately for the Sydney Thunder. Sam Billings as the wicketkeeper. He will be at 4. And then Daniel Sands promoted right up the order. He's going to be batting at 5 perhaps. Ben Carding, Arjun Nair. He is going to get his first run round, I should say, of the BBL. Nathan McAndrew, very good with his pace bowling. And then Cameron Green, Brendan Doggett brought in for this game. And then Mahmood will be closing out the starting lineup. They have got Sandhu and also Hearn as their 2 options for the X Factor players. But right at the last minute, we have also seen, I should mention, and it's actually popped up on the screen right now, we know that an Australian player will not be playing in the next match of the Ashes, and that is Travis Head, because he has returned the positive case as well. Thunder also have positive cases. They do indeed. I believe it is 4 players. The Stars at the moment, they have about 7. So that is why their game is still questionable of whether or not it will be able to go on. And also, are you going to watch the fireworks when New Year sits as well? Says Johan, because I'm from quite a small town, I don't know whether or not we will have any fireworks around, if I'm not wrong, maybe half an hour up the road, but that actually got cancelled as well, I think, for this year. And Usman Khawaja should get an opportunity now that Travis Head has COVID as well, says AJ. Yeah, I would like to see Khawaja in there. Of course, that wasn't what we were meaning when we said we want Khawaja in the side. We didn't want it to be for that case. I thought it might have been maybe that they were swapping out Marcus Harris and giving Khawaja the chance. Big love as well, says Katie Dixon. What time are you out of bed today as well, says Brandon there. Today, I ended up getting out of bed at about 5. I did put in a late night shift of a bit of editing, bit of recording of something else as well. But I have learned that more than likely, if I do want my vocal cords to work, I may only be able to do 1 session a day of the test match between the Black Caps and Bangladesh, because we have got 6 hours of the BBL later on in the night. As I'm Big Love going 175 as well, says Robert there. That's prediction. And Kevin, who is leading the points at the moment, he is sitting on 155. And Big Love people, happy early New Year to you Kiwis and Aussies as well, says Sebastian there with the 10 out of 10. Yeah, this stage is exciting. 2022, let's hope it is a little bit of a better year in terms of the whole aspect of the world, I guess you could say, than 2021. But I'm excited. We've got a few New Year's resolutions, hopefully going to be smashing them out of the park as well. We have got there. I drove like 7 hours and 9 minutes, get back to Cape Town as well, says Johan. So very big drive for yourself there. Looking through the Adelaide Strikers, I will quickly mention their lineup that they have gone with. They've got Matt Short, Jake Weatherall, Matty Renshaw, John O'Wells, Thomas Kelly, George Garton, Harry Nielsen, Rashid Khan, Daniel Worrell, Peter Siddle, Fawad Ahmed, and then the 2 X-Factor players, Henry Hunt and Daniel Drew as well. Those are 2 very good sides as well. And most fireworks got cancelled because of the COVID, maybe fireworks in Wanaka as well, says Shane Hayes. That's actually where George is at the moment, so he will get to see some fireworks while he is there. Hopefully, we will be able to film that video that I mentioned about having all of the guys together for a little bit of a 2-hour special of what we've done this year, what's happening next year, as I imagine West Indies win the World Cup as well, says Johan. I mean, it is doable, though. They did actually win the last one as well. And also, we have got the here's some fireworks. I got you covered as well there from Katie Dixon. There we go. Look at all the fireworks on the screen as well. Are those landmines, Katie, or are they like minesweepers? Oh, no, they look a little bit different on mine compared to what they look like on me. I was looking for a second that it was a different kind of explosive nature there for them as well. And Sebastian he has got the fireworks as well in the chat. And also Be a Pro coming out tomorrow today. I was in a meeting with YouTube Update about the live stream. So I says, Brandon, what did they end up telling you, mate? Do let me know. But McDermott at the moment, he's been absolutely phenomenal in the BBL. He's looking strong. He's looking powerful. He's looking like he's going to score a whole heap of runs. And he has probably got himself the golden cap now with Philippe getting that duck and that last-minute thriller that we got to see between the Brisbane Heat and the Sydney Sixers as well. And also, are you going to do the next Ashes test as well, says Shane? I am indeed. So I think my priority at this stage is going to be day 1, session 1, day 2, session 1. And I think I'm going to be doing the first session of all of the New Zealand versus Bangladesh game, just so that my voice can still last for the BBL at night time as well. But then for the Ashes, we are going to be covering the full day of the Ashes. That is if it takes place. Of course, with a few more cases popping up, Travis Head missing, and also there are a few more players on the side. I think they have to be tested, but Hamish Marsh has been put on standby. In English, Nick Maddison for Travis Head spot for the SCG test as well. And there says Robert, yeah, it seems like, unfortunately, like that's the thing. I think we're going to have to expect a lot of changes for these two sides. It's just the way that competitions have to work now. I mean, we know with the A-League in in Australia, there's one team without any cases. So it's just going to be a little bit of a waiting game at times, I should say, alongside hopefully some consistency, but it is very hard to do. And also we have got the odd FU as well. Says BBL, very flattered, mate. Thank you very much. Happy New Year. We have got there how many times did India actually win the Cricket World Cup, because I think Australia won it like 5 times as well. Says Johan, I don't think India have won a Cricket World Cup. I could be wrong there though, but I know that it is always in that situation of they get very close and normally miss out. We have got there. Looks like we're planting mines in the chat for all the mothers as well. Says Sebastian, you must have got one there then from BBL 100% just a little bit later on. I hope we do get to wish Gurav a happy new year. I feel like he brought a lot of positivity and happiness to that last live stream that we did as well. But at the moment, this game, it is going to be starting in a very short moment. The Sydney Thunder taking on the Adelaide Strikers. Like I mentioned, the Sydney Thunder, they have got a few cases. But this game will continue here as well. And got one as well, says Katie Dixon there in the chat. And also Strikers plays play in parts, play in limit as well. So I think he is saying that the Strikers will be able to win that game, I believe, is the translation to that one. And I'd agree with him with the lineup that we got. Be good if New Zealand test was on Sky. Super Smash takes a break as well, says Shane there as well. Yeah, hopefully they do end up showing it on Sky, but I know that they normally put it on Spark Sport, don't they? I know that India won the 2017 T20 World Cup, but they've not been great lately, and also know India have won it before as well. Says it, Johan, yeah, because I know that West Indies have won it recently, or a little bit more recently, I guess you could say, than the Indians. At the moment, they're just showing Chris Lynn with a few of his big shots. I got Strikers winning this as well, says AJ Sharp. They should be able to in this game. I've just got that little bit of a feeling that with the players missing, because that's the thing, Alex Hales, he hasn't been in great form, but it's probably that middle order that they are going to be missing. Like they haven't got Alex Ross, the sweepologist, who has really been able to help, I guess you could say, cement that midfield or kind of that mid order, I guess you could say. And yes, Spark Sport, I only have Spark Sport as well, and I only have Sky Sports, says Jane Hayes. But yeah, we will be covering it on the channel tomorrow morning, the first session of that test match. Hopefully we don't end up with a strike, because it might happen, and if it does, that would be unfortunate. And Hamish Marsh has been put in standby on it, and English Nick Maddison for Travis Head spot as well. I think out of everyone there, you got to go Mitch Marsh, don't you? Like, that's the thing. He's the informed player of the BBL, and also if there are going to be cancellations in the kind of BBL games, you're not going to be able to use them in that format anyway. Be a Bro can go, but no sound about the game. Sorry, I was only about to premiere. They said, yes, the bad news is coming soon. Everyone is here for me as well. And it says Brandon there in the chat as well. But at the moment, they're showing there the Australian Basketball League. How many games of that have been cancelled recently? Missing spinner Sanger as well. That is true. They have got Jason Sanger in the top of the order, but the other Sanger, he is going to be missing. So I know it's Alex Hales Alex Ross. If your name's Alex, you're unfortunate in this regard. And then also it is going to be Tanvir Sangha. And there's one other player as well who they did mention. I don't think he was going to be in the starting lineup anyway, but it is the player that Arjun Nia, I believe, comes in for in this matchup. So maybe he was going to be in the starting lineup. It's on, are they? As I was Brandon there. I think they are, mate. I think they are indeed at the moment. They're showing pizza once again. It wouldn't be just before a cricket match without them trying to tempt me with food while I'm just sitting here with my glass of water. I swear it's water. But you guys will be, I heard the chat in the Discord, a few of you guys on the slightly harder stuff than the water for tonight, celebrating the new year. We did pizza and singing as well. Says another on there, and am I too late? As well, says Music Kiwi, you are not, mate. So be sure to put your predictions in. I said be sure twice. Wait, is it Sam's? Now Sam's is still there. Daniel Sam's, he's in the middle order for this matchup. And also we have got there, the NBL is bollocks. No bollocks on New Year's Eve, lads and lasses, as well, says Sebastian there. And also, but I know you are here to me as well. And Breakers are playing at the moment, says Shane Hayes. So yeah, it's still going by the looks of it. I know that the A-League is really struggling in terms of scheduling games, but be sure to get your predictions in, ladies and gentlemen, for how many runs you think the Sydney Thunder without Alex Hales, Alex Ross, and also Tavita Sangha will be able to get. Although you'd like to think if they need Sangha to bat, there's something going wrong in terms of that order, as he is normally the number 11 batsman for this one. 167 is the prediction from Music Kiwi. I'm going to be a little bit... Do I be generous or do I be the Grinch? I'm going to be the Grinch. I'm going to say 150. We're going to go with that. We're going to go a little bit lower for this one, just to be a little bit mean, and I will be impressed when they go straight past it as well. 186 runs. That's actually... It's weird. I had either 185 or 150. So either way, Sebastian, we might be in a good spot here for it. It's just one of us will be a mile off and the other won't be probably that close. Unless it is 185, then I would give you a big old pat on the back as well. My cousins are on holiday at Waiheke Island, near Auckland. You know what place I'm talking about? I believe that is the island that, is it Steve Hansen? Does he have a little bit, or Graham Henry? Who's got a bit of land on that island? I think it is one of those two. And you do travel over by the dairy, or the ferry, I should say, as well. 162 for 7 is AJ's prediction, and man, the likes are going up fast as well. And there says Johan, yeah, if you are new to the channel, be sure to leave a like. We've got plenty of content coming in 2022. We've got many plans for all kinds of videos. In fact, we've probably got about 10 videos that have not gone up on the channel yet that are already filmed, already almost ready to go. For those ones as well, it's almost 2020. I hope you have a great year, Kiwi lads, and gets lots of subs as well. Says that Music Kiwi, as nice as it would be, I feel like this year it's going to be all about trying to find stuff like to upload that you guys really enjoy as well. I feel like 2021 was a hard year for a lot of people, so I want to make sure that if there is any way that we can try and put like a smile on any of your faces, that's going to be the goal of the year. Was that a little bit? I feel like I need another drink of water. It sounds like I'm on the harder stuff, I guess you could say. And do you get my message last night on Discord, says Brandon? I think it is the one about YouTube, wasn't it? If I'm not wrong, but at the moment, Alex Carey, he's been growing a little bit of facial hair by the looks of it. And he is going to have the microphone for this matchup in the field of play as well. But Chris Green, he will be hoping that his side, even though they are missing a few of their players, is that Ben Cutting opening the batting? It is indeed. 2021 sucked for me as well. And it says Music Kiwi. So yeah, hopefully we can make 2022 just a little bit better in that regard. But Weatherald at the moment, they will be excited for this game, the Adelaide Strikers. They probably weren't going to be going in as the favourites for this game without those players being missed out as well. And tell you what puts a smile on my face, sports games and weed as well, says it was there from Sebastian. And also 2022 will be my year though, and I hope everyone's channels grow in 2022. Katie has said, including your own, Katie. I am looking forward to seeing some MLR content. And also, I think you said about the food as well, didn't you? Bit of cooking. And also we have got there, I didn't have a great 2021 as well, says AJ Sharp. And also Happy New Year to all in whichever country. It's 2022 already, says Johan. It isn't actually in any country yet. I believe New Zealand's the first one, and mine grew this year. Katie views as well, says Robert there. And also it was about YouTube, says that Brandon there. And also in the chat, yeah, it was, says that Brandon. But Ben Cutting getting to open the batting, I should say, something that he probably wouldn't normally get the chance of doing. So this does open up an opportunity, and I think he's aiming as well. And the chat says, Katie Dixon, no worries. If you need any help with it, you know where I am as well. And if you don't, if I don't get a PS5 in 2022, I'm going to go crazy as well, says Music Kiwi. And also, Amish, happy to see you again. Hope you have a nice break for the day as well, or you had a nice break for a day. It was nice. We did end up going bowling at one point in time. And yeah, my voice has slowly kept on coming back, but that is why I think tomorrow I am going to end up only doing the first session of the New Zealand-Bangladesh game and then kind of keeping you guys updated with it along the day, probably on the Discord, just because or else my voice will disappear before the BBL. I can't wait for Super Rugby. It's getting closer and closer and closer. But now Daniel Worrell, he will be bowling the first ball of this match at the Adelaide Oval. It's pitched up nicely and it is going to be worked to the leg side for just a single off the inside edge of Jilks there. And also we have got there, do you think the Thunder have so many players out will affect this game as well, says Taylor? I believe it will. They're missing Alex Hales. They're missing also Alex Ross. And then they haven't got Sanger as one of their key spinners in their lineup, which is why Arjun Nair is being brought in. And we will have to wait and see how he goes for it as well. And what time's the game start, Amish, as well, says Robert. We have at the first ball just then as well. So we are raring to go for the next one as well. And I feel like Daniel Worrell gets, he gets a good amount of swing early on in an innings. He looks like he's dipped his nose in a kind of bucket of white paint. I believe he's gone crazy with the zinc by the looks of it there. And also ALD are being pretty good. I watched the book of Boba Fett today as well. And how many hours to go until it's 2022 in New Zealand. We have got another 2 hours, 45 minutes as well. Good swing there from Worrell. Ends up almost going from off stump to about 5 stumps over. Jilks is due for some runs as well, says AJ. And I feel like this game would have actually been Alex Hales' maybe breakthrough innings that he is needed as well, but he is missing for this one of Bobba as well. And Quinton de Kock decided to take some time off Test cricket. He has a baby on the way. His wife got too much of de Kock. I should have read that before reading it out, shouldn't I, Sebastian? Is that actually true? Has he taken a little bit of time off Test match cricket? I did see that he got bowled for not too many. Good bit of swing once again for Worrell. And I mean, 16 as well. It's 9:16 p.m. in New Zealand. It is indeed. We're getting closer and closer to the new year. First place in the whole world that does get to tick over to the new year. Don't know how I'm going to celebrate it. I think we are going to be on live stream till about 45 minutes after 2022 starts. Did you see I got a blue spanner 3 cents ago? And also we have got there, I'm going to need each episode to be about 67% longer as well. And also we have got there, let's go Adelaide, says Aiden. But now at the moment, cutting on strike, 2 balls faced. Hasn't been able to get off the mark as of yet. Solid behind the ball though. Looks like a nice day there at the Adelaide Oval. We did get to see some very hot days for the second Ashes Test match. The third will be taking place at the SCG. I believe it's pretty much been confirmed. So by the end of the stream, it will already be 2022 in New Zealand. It will indeed. So we are streaming. I guess I can say as soon as we tick over, I can say that I've been streaming since last year, which sounds very impressive on paper. We haven't got there what's it about as well. And also it's true, but it'll be there for the ODI and T20 as well. Who's New Zealand captain for Test. As Ross Taylor playing, I believe he is playing on home soil games, but after that, Ben Cutting just gets a full toss right where he didn't want it as well. And Worrell does follow him along with that ball. Ben Cunning just mistimes that one a little bit. We have got the, what time's the Test match? New Zealand versus Bangladesh start tomorrow as well, says Robert. So the one tomorrow will be starting, I believe it's 11 a.m. is the first innings that we get to see. Why is Cutting opening? It is because they are missing Alex Hales. So they needed someone to get promoted up the order, and they did decide that Cutting would be the man to do it. And also we have got there as well, Latham will captain as well, says AJ Sharp. Yeah, I believe, I'd like to think that he will be able to get a good opportunity. That's once again, also, we have got their bugger. Am I too late? Yes, I am as well, says Dave at the mod. Tell you what, I feel like for kind of controllable circumstances, in some way, we knew that this game was either going to be happening or not happening. So it was always going to be one that was relatively late. I've decided for this game, I'm going to let you guys predict up to the third over. And I know that that seems like I'm being too generous. It's just because it's the end of the year. You know, and I feel like I'm in a festive spirit, even though it's not Christmas. It's past Christmas. But be sure to get your predictions in, ladies and gentlemen, because we have got a few more of you who are arriving now, including Ellie. Hello, Ellie. How are you doing? And also, he's retiring from T20 and ODI after games versus Australia as well. And also, I've got a good idea. You're going to love coming in 2022, my custom cricket tournament on Cricket 19, my custom Rugby Sevens World Cup as well. And you should put a timer or countdown on the screen until it's 2022 in New Zealand as well. And also, Hamish 150, please, as well, is from Aiden. And welcome, says Sebastian there in the chat as well. I wish I used different software, because if I did have a different software, I would be able to put it up relatively easy. But for this one, unfortunately, they don't actually have a countdown. Nice bit of swing there for Garton. And Cutting once again, not able to get that ball away. Sitting on 6 balls face so far, and only got the 1 run for himself. Wait a minute, 150 sounds very similar to mine, Aiden. You might have to change yours by just a little bit. Yeah, I did go 150, Aiden. So you will have to switch it up just a little bit more as well. And welcome. And also we have got there, hey, Audi, hey, sis, how you do? from Katie Dixon. I can't wait for the Test series. Too bad. Bangladesh, I think I saw there, Bangladesh is going to get destroyed, says Music Kiwi. And are you looking forward to the Test versus Bangladesh? I am indeed. Should be a great matchup. So, well, good shot down the ground from Cutting. Strikes it beautifully. And that's going to be the 4 runs, the first boundary of the day for the Sydney Thunder. We have got there. What are your thoughts on Daryl Mitchell coming out at 3 for New Zealand as well, says AJ Sharp. It'll be interesting. We do normally see him, I guess, either open or a little bit further down the order. I feel like it will be a good opportunity for him. He may not end up getting to sit there for as long in that regard, just because they might end up switching it around just a little bit. And I was 152 there from Aiden as well. And also we have got there 170, 175, 155, and also 150 are taken, I think. As on, can I please have 152? There you go. That's going to be a big old plum one, but I think it ended up hitting the bat of Cutting, so it is going to be just a single. I believe, yes, it did give the run to Cutting. I was going to say, if they didn't end up giving it to Cutting, that would end up being possibly the plumbest LBW not to be called LBW in the BBL. I was got there. I'm going 163 as well. Says AJ, wait a minute. We did have an AJ earlier on. Do you want to change yours from what you had earlier on? AJ, you had 162. Do you want to go 163 instead? Do let me know. At the moment, the Thunder, they won the bat flip and they decided that they do want to have a bat for this matchup. And I think the reasoning behind that is because they kind of want to be able to set some sort of scoreboard pressure with the players that they are missing. It's a short ball there. Well played by Jilks. Almost tries to evade that ball, but instead pulled it away for 4. And a very impressive shot. He didn't even look like he tried to hit that one, really. It was more of a defensive, get that ball out of my face, than it ended up being a pull shot. Can't believe the way it went. Hello, bro, as well. Did you get mine as well? See, Shane, I believe I did. As on, yeah, I'll go 163. And there as well. One moment, we'll look for Shane. You said 170, Shane, which is actually the same as David. So do you want to go 171 or 172, David? Do let me know. And also we have got there in the chat, have you ever been jumping off from a high rock or tree branch into a river, Hamish? I have not. I think I've jumped off a diving board. It's probably about as extreme as I have done overall, but it was quite a high one. As well, I was got there. When do you direct, or where do you direct the most shots in cricket 22, the offside or the leg side as well, says Sebastian? I always find if I'm a left-hander, it's leg side, but if I'm a right-hander, it's the offside. Like me and Dad last night, we were just playing a test match and we were just swinging for the fences and ended up with about 180 runs off about, I think it was like 15 overs or something like that. Strikers 172 as well outside of the off stump, and it's going to be left alone there. And do you like the idea as well, says Brandon? It does sound like a good concept. I do have a bit of multiplayer going, and also we have got there, thanks, buddy, 171. And there says that David the Mod, and also we have got there, do you think cutting opening is a brilliant idea? I think desperate times call for desperate measures, and they don't really have anyone else who could have done it. Maybe Sanger they could have promoted. They also actually had Oliver Davies right up there. So I guess they've decided to promote cutting, seeing as he doesn't normally get too much of a bat down the order, and see if he can find his momentum that they might need. Because if those players such as an Alex Hales, he's going to be out for, I would assume, at least the next week or so of this competition. Same with Alex Ross, which does mean you're going to have gaps, and that's why cutting's trying to fill in one of those gaps as well. We have got the Ghost Strikers, and there says, yeah, and also we have got there the fireworks from Katie Dixon once again. And hello, bro, a little bit earlier on in the chat. It was from Love Soft, so welcome into the live stream. Or it is actually Anush, isn't it? Is it Anush? Do let me know. And now at this stage, Worrell pitches it up nicely, hit down the ground from cutting, and it is going straight to the man, Peter Siddle, who has been having a little bit more of an expensive BBL than he would have liked so far. Does still pick up wickets, but has been going for the economy of around that 10 and over for a lot. What about Davies instead of Jilks as well? And there says Uma, I kind of thought they would give Oliver Davies the start in this game, just because we kind of know what Jilks will be doing in his fixtures coming up, but we don't really know too much about Oliver Davies. We haven't seen him play too much this year, maybe only the once, if I'm right. Oh, that's it, Ben Cunning in the helmet there. He is saying he is all right, but it smacked him right on the side of the helmet, so they will have to check him out there. It's hit him flush with that one as well. I was playing Heat versus Sixers. I set them 200 with the Sixers, made 160 as well. Says Robert, and play maybe Plants vs Zombies Battle for Nova with Kiwi Lads. Is he download update as well? And there says Brandon, oh, that's actually a very ugly shadow to have. There's only a little bit of the ground right on the side there. It didn't really look like it rocked his head too much there for Ben Cunning, but hopefully he is all right. And also, G's good bounce as well, says AJ. And also, we have got there, great to see Ellie Hills, a new member, hi buddy, as well. And there says David the Mob. But at the moment, Ben Cunning there, he's just getting a few questions asked to him. You know, what day is it? Who's your birthday? Who's your birthday? It should be my birthday, I assume it would be. That's actually a tough question. I wouldn't be surprised if he failed that one. We have got the out as a game field, Rob, as well. And they say Sebastian also that would have hurt without a helmet as well. It certainly would have. There is a reason that they decided that helmets would be compulsory in cricket, and this is exactly why. Although, of course, you can end up taking it off up against the spinner, but I wouldn't recommend it. As I do, you got an update about Plants vs Zombies Battle for Adelaide as well, says Brandon. I am still lacking space, unfortunately, at the moment. But the good news is Cricket 19 or Cricket 22. Sorry, I think I have updated that. And I have a feeling that I might be doing a live stream on that relatively soon as well. If the voice does last, I've found like the last few days, I've just talked way too much. And it does mean that I don't have much voice juice left. That sounds really gross. But like as in like vocal audio left. Sounds a lot better. And also we have got the, hey, how's it going as well? And the fixture to get the actual teams, you download them through community creations as well. There we go. Like they're saying at the moment, they're just trying to find cutting the right-sized helmet to feel like it is going to be a good one. Voice juice, put it on a shirt as well, says Katie. So that sounds like I don't even know what voice juice is. It sounds quite disgusting, doesn't it? And also, do you think Cricket 22 has improved with the patch as well? Says that Robert, I haven't actually seen any footage of it at this stage, so we will have to wait and see whether or not when we play it the first time, I guess I won't actually know any different. I guess any BBL game tomorrow who's playing, there are 2 games of the BBL that will be taking place. So we've got plenty of cricketing action alongside Bangladesh versus New Zealand. We'll be doing the first session, I should say. And did you see my 165 prediction, Amish? I did indeed. Did it write it down as well. And also good, my friend, in it there. And also we have got there and chat for the English domestic ones, isn't it? First class county cricket as well. And also that's good to hear, says Ellie. But I will quickly find out the games that are coming up very soon. Now, these are all kind of, I guess you could say, subject to change with the way that it has been going. So pretty much the first game is going to be the Hurricanes taking on the Brisbane Heat. That will be starting at 6 p.m. tomorrow. So that is why also I think I will just be doing the first session of New Zealand-Bangladesh, because or else they will all overlap completely, unfortunately. And also the Sixers versus Renegades, that will be the second game of the night, 9:30 p.m. And we will be starting that voice juice. Sounds like a Maynard James Keenan song as well. And there's Katie Dixon, and also for all teams, Seb. And also I'm going to go getting next Monday to get your storage ready. That's going to be a big shot there from Cutting. I think he's got all of it. He does indeed. And it's going to be the first 6 of the day. And Ben Cutting now moves up to 12 off 12. Deliveries looking like wants to get this power surge going early. They've had quite a few dot balls so far in only the first few overs, but Daniel Warrior ends up just getting that one a little bit wrong. Dan Cutting drops to the knee, hits it over the leg side for 6 as well. Cowboys drink voice juice on a Ram Ranch, Ram Ranch, I should say, as well. And also we've got the Hurricanes versus 8 at Blundstone, and Sixers versus Renegades at the SCG. Oh, that's relatively close, because if we're having the test match there at the SCG as well, it seems like it's going to be relatively close. So we did see a low-scoring game between the two sides last time at the BBL. That's gone great for Ben Cutting. One of the fielders, I think he was looking into the sun. He just let it go past him. He was kind of like, oh, that was the ball. So that is going to be 4 runs. We have got there. The Strikers always seem to play on New Year's Eve as well. Says AJ Sharp and Kiwi Lads as well. Says Brandon, they are good. It's the Academy. Or how's it called, isn't it? Sorry for the stupid question, but I really want to get it and avoid disappointment as well. It's, if possible, as well, on Coffs Harbour, not the SCG as well. Says Robert, I was wondering about it because it seemed like it was just a little bit too close for them to also prepare the pitch for the test match in 1 hour. RNA is going in Katrona as well. Says that Shane Hayes, that is going to be missed by Ben Cutting. That will end out the over, and it is going to be now 21 for 3 overs down. So that's going to be decently done by the Thunder. And also we have got their Ram Ranch as well. And there's Sebastian, but rhythm and outs, I believe that is, isn't it, for Kadrona. It will be interesting to see whether or not they get right through it as well. What about the Aces versus the Firebirds in the 4 trophy as well? Says Uma, is that coming up very soon as well? One moment, we will go like this. We will look here and we will go down. We're looking for the Auckland Aces versus the Wellington Firebirds, the 4 trophy. That is going to be at 11 a.m. That seems weird that they have actually got it at the exact same time as the test match. I would have thought they would try and not have it overlapping, but then saying that you can't really take a full week off to do the kind of have the test match showing if they have got another test match coming up as well. Yeah, Academy looks good, Seb. As and Hamish, have you watched it? I'm going to watch it now. How scary is it? I haven't actually seen it so far, but I'm normally not the best with horror movies, not so much as I find them too scary. It's just I hate the suspense side of it. Like, I know something's going to happen, and I sit there and I'm like, it's going to happen soon. It's going to happen soon. And then it doesn't happen. I'm like, And then it happens, and then I just jump out of my seat. We have got there, do you have Overwatch as well? I do not have Overwatch. I haven't actually played it yet as well. Is it on Game Pass? Do let me know, Brendan and Hamish. I went to the new Spider-Man movie. I enjoyed it. Apologies if I digress as well. And there says David, no worries, mate. And I hope it is going to be, like, that's the thing. I don't actually watch too many of the DC or Marvel ones. But I feel like I would like to have that as one of the things I do for 2022. Watch a few more movies, few more kind of series as well. And also 18 Cowboys and Dom Cooper on Ram Ranch as well. And there, I've just realized, is that actually like, what's Ram Ranch? I feel like I'm starting to realize that it's not something as innocent as I thought it was. I can't watch movies like Saw as well. Says Nov Mum there. And it's not that bad. Oh, it's not that bad. Says that Brandon there for the Overwatch game as well. But Ben Cutting, he's going to be on strike, sitting on 16. Oh, that's a nice shot. It's gone big, and it has gone long as well. Gets all of it. It's going to be another 6 runs for Ben Cutting, and Siddle will still continue his expensive nature of the BBO 11. He seems to be normally very economical, but this year just seems to be going to the boundary multiple times. Batman and Spider-Man are the ones everyone should watch as well, says Sebastian. Also, Google the song and listen to it as well, says Jay Hayes. Is it an appropriate one, Jay? Although I feel like if you suggested it, we have got the Ram Ranch. Sounds like a 70s exotic film as well. And there says Katie Dixon. The cutting at the moment, he's already hit 2 6s. That's a big full toss. And it's going to be hit down the ground. But the shadow at the moment looks like it is causing a few problems for maybe a few other fielders for Adelaide. We've got the hello and happy new year from Xavier Brown. Welcome into the live stream. I hope you are having a fantastic year. And it is going to be coming to an end very soon with 2022 just around the corner. We have got I'm thinking of going to see the Matrix movie as well. And erotic in there as well. And if you Google it, brother, or Google it, Hamish, the lyrics will pop up. Enjoy, brother, as well. Says Sebastian, and quite quiet in Invercargill for New Year's. It's gone straight up in the air from Jilks, but I think he's going to have enough of it. And it is going to be, it was almost put back in the field by Matt Kelly, but wasn't able to stop it. Oh, sorry, it's actually Tom Kelly out on the boundary there. So it's kind of like Brokeback Mountain, but a song version as well, says Jay Hayes. The thing is, I've never seen Brokeback Mountain, but all I know about it is probably like the stock standard of people like kind of telling you what Brokeback Mountain's about. And also, we have got I absolutely love horror movie. I always thought the sequel to it would have been called that as well. And there says David Settle going for 15 runs so far off his first 5 balls, almost a run out, but they have been able to get through for the single there. Anyone who is new to the channel, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. We're going all till next year with this live stream, depending on what part of the world you are in. Of course, if you are in the USA or South Africa, we will not be, because that would be like a 14-hour live stream, and that would be a lot of talking. We have got there. Have you watched it before as well? And you'll be in for a shock then as well, says Jay Hayes. There, and the jabber Ben Cutting the show in there. He's got power to the max. He's got versing pace to the max. Reliability, he's pretty reliable, as they have said as well. But Siddle there, it's a good ball from Peter Siddle. They decide against the run. He ends up passing it back to Peter Siddle, who does a few keepy-ups while he's at it as well. That will be the end of the over. 16 off the over of Siddle. Central Stags versus Canterbury Kings. Again today was good and high scoring as well, says Shane there. And also, I love the original it with Tim Curry, but I haven't seen the remake yet. As well, says Katie Dixon. I think I'm trying to think of horror movies that I've actually seen. And I feel like the only one I've probably actually seen is Cabin in the Woods. And I watched it because I thought it was a comedy, because I was told it was a comedy. It wasn't a comedy. There wasn't much funny about it, I guess you could say. But I think that's literally the only one that is like a decent, I guess, or not a comedy, but the decent horror one. What's your biggest dono ever as well? Says Xavier Brown. I believe, I don't want to get this too wrong, but I think it was like 300 or something on one of the live streams, which was absolutely phenomenal. I believe it was Rio Gamer originally, when him and Johnny Blaze just went into a battle of donations as well. I like the new Matrix movie, but crikey, Keanu Reeves is an old man as well, says David. And also, I love Hellraiser as well so much that I got a pinhead tattoo and just came here to say hi. And as well, says Fidge, that one is going to be fouled out just outside of the off stump. and it is going to be not out there. Jilks looking like might not be enjoying spin too much today. And do you think that this year is Fahmid Ahmed's last year before retiring? I feel like the only person who can really answer that is Fahmid Ahmed. Like, he was at the Perth Scorchers last year. They decided that they didn't want him anymore, and he's still bowling very well. So I'll give him another year. Well, I'm okay, coming back later. As I said, I have to watch quickly before my mum comes in from the shops. She will kill me, but she gets me watching it as well, says Johan there, just outside of the off stump. Well, that delivery, Fahmid Ahmed, 2 dot balls in a row. Yeah, and Happy New Year for those that are nearly there. As I says, Fetch. Yeah, we are currently sitting. All that's just going to be ramped down the ground or a little chip, and it is going to be taken. And Jilk's now gone. That is the first wicket of the day for the Thunder. And that will be 13 off 10 deliveries for Matty Jilks. Oh, yeah, it's got the Happy New Year as on a happy last couple of hours. And Happy New Year as well, Hamish. If you could make a cameo in a video game, which one would it be? Everyone actually as well, says Sebastian. That's a very good question. A video game that I'd like to be in. I assume it's not like a main role, of course. It would be the case of, like, I guess just an extra walking around. I mean, it would be kind of cool being in something like a GTA or something like that, just because we've played it quite a bit. But then also, it's a tough one. Even like, this sounds weird, but even like having myself in like a cricket game or something like that after being made like to look really realistic as well. Why Alex Hales isn't playing today? It is because he did have a positive case, so he is missing from that one. Where's Garav when you need him as well? Says Jay, I am waiting for the out. Just hasn't happened yet, unfortunately. And also we have got that. Hamish, please watch The Exorcist, a classic horror movie as well, says David. I think I've seen like the kind of satire version of it in one of the Scary Movie ones. That's the thing. I've watched Scary Movie ones, but they are like the kind of comedy versions of horror movies type thing. And do you think the All Blacks will play at home next year as well? Says Shane, I hope they do. I think they've got a 3-match series up against Ireland. That's going to be nicely played by Ben Cutting, and they do get a right through for the single as well. And love The Exorcist and the book. He's even better as well, says Katie Dixon there. And also we've got there, Garav, says David. I guess I'm going to ask probably a dumb question, so I do apologize in advance. But like, if you read a horror book, right, do you get jump scared by reading it? Or is it more of the case of like, it's just a different type of kind of explaining? Like, do you read it and go like, ooh, or is it more of like a, ooh, that type thing, Katie? Do let me know. And also, let's go, Adelaide, let's go as well, says Aiden. How much have you got on the maiden? Out of curiosity. And also, we have got there, Garav, and also we have got there, and be sure, or just be sure you're friends with a protagonist, whichever game you choose as well. And there says Sebastian now at the moment, Cutting, going to be ready to go. On strike at the moment. He's sitting on 24 of 19 deliveries, actually opening the batting pretty well for the Sydney Thunder. They needed someone at the top of the order after Alex Hales was ruled out for this game. And also we've got there, the book is scary as well, says David there. And the Janet 100 says, Aiden, also again, you see the video after the live stream and leave a comment as well, paying $1.70. So Aiden, you've gone with a big one right on New Year's Eve, I guess you could say. Right, Sanger at the moment, he is out of the crease. He's faced one delivery from one. So far, with the number 23 on his back, he'll be wanting at least that in this innings. But the way that he has been playing, I would think it will be relatively easy for him to be able to get there as well. But anyone who is new to the channel, be sure to leave a like and subscribe as well. No, it's a different experience, Kiwi lads. It's not about the jump scares. It's more about the way it makes you feel uneasy and nauseous and questioning reality as well, says Katie Dixon in that sports bet, Aiden. As well, says Robert. Also, we have got there Rashid Khan with AJ. And yeah, he is being brought into the bowling attack now. He's an absolutely phenomenal spinner as well. Why not? I'm a little drunk though as well, says Aiden there in the chat. That's probably not an ideal time to gamble off the top of my head. I feel like it's a little bit of an overlap type thing. You know, you probably want to be completely sober for it, but hopefully they do end up winning this game. And at the moment, I'd say they've got a decent chance. They have got a 54% chance that they will be able to go on and win this game. But Rashid Khan now, he will be brought into the bowling attack for the Strikers. Hasn't picked up a huge amount of wickets so far for this season, but what a player he is. Rashid Khan, he's up against Sanger. It's nicely bowled. It's a pitched up delivery and it's hit down the ground for the single there. And Sanger now does end up rotating the strike straight away. And that is something that you got to do to Rashid Khan. If he ends up getting about 3 or 4 balls to you, all of a sudden you're in trouble, because more than likely the next one's going straight through your bat and the ball. Or bat and pad, I should say, and it's going to be cleaning up the stumps. You're cutting going well for someone who doesn't do a lot of opening as well Oh, it's a little chip. Oh, Rashid Khan lost his footing, though. He was just about to go for the diving catch, but luckily for Cutting, he ended up splitting, and also Ladbrokes as well says that, and also he was trying to win to replace his history as well. Says that right there in the chat. Oh, Rashid Khan just not quite able to get their legs bumped as well. Indeed, you find yourself changing positions the whole time when you read a horror book. You're uneasy and really uncomfortable during some paragraphs as well in there. Says Sebastian, maybe I've got to try and read a horror book. See what happens. Do you end up... Oh, it's not given out. I was just waving. That's why I did it. I wasn't giving it out. Fraction outside the line is a call there, but I was giving it out. Oh. Outside of the line is the call, and that's why they call that's what they call a Minty's moment as well. And it says Novmum. Now Rashid Khan at the moment, first 3 balls only going for the 2 runs. Good wrong, and ends up really spinning into Jason Singer. We have got there Rashid Baby Khan as well. And there says Ferdinand. And hopefully I do pronounce your name correctly. I do apologise if I have got it a little bit wrong there. But this match is flying by. We've almost had 6 overs of the first innings, which means we're getting closer and closer to the new year. And it seems like I described the Kama Sutra, but it's true as well. It's a little bit too full from Rashid, and it is whipped away to the leg side mid-wicket way. And it's going to be fielded in the deep, looking right into the sun. How's the weather looking for the test as well, says Shane. I assume we're talking about the one in New Zealand. I think it's not supposed to be too bad. I will quickly get up the 5 days so that we can see exactly what it is. It is going to be at Mount Maunganui, isn't it? Well bowled by Rashid, and it's going to be the dot ball to close out his over. Only goes for the 4 runs. And Sydney Shane as well, says Robert there. And the chat, one moment, we will go like this. Mount Monga. This is a hard word to spell. No, I think it's actually in Tauranga, isn't it? Have I just made myself look like an idiot for locations in New Zealand? 21 degrees. It's looking like sunny, sunny, sunny right through to Thursday is when there is rain. So I think it should be completely fine. Happy New Year, people. Burp. I hope 2022 is a good year for everyone as well as they're trucking down under right back at you, mate. Appreciate you being here. And yeah, hopefully you do enjoy your 2022. We're getting closer and closer at the moment. I feel like 2022, will it fly by as quickly as 2021? Do let me know, ladies and gentlemen. What are your big plans? What are your goals for 2022? And then everyone, we're going to go back to this live stream. So I'm going to save them. Do let me know what your goals are, and then we'll update it about 3 months in and see if everyone is sticking to it. Do you rate Shane Warne as a commentator as well? Says AJ Sharp. I probably don't get the chance to listen to too much of the Australian commentating because I'm normally talking at the same time. So I don't really get to hear it too much. I guess New Zealand test as well. Says Shane, yeah, it's looking decent. Here's Truck and same to you, my guy, as well. And if you're talking, the Sydney one looking at day 1 rain. As I says, Robert, that's not ideal. Although in a weird way, it kind of is as well, because that means that we could possibly cover the 5th day of the New Zealand-Bangladesh one, as I'll find full-time work as well, says Shane there. As this one, and also we have got there, YouTube brother, Happy New Year. And then Hamish, I'm so sad from yesterday, as well, when I heard Ross Taylor announce retirement after New Zealand summer, he could have played ODI World Cup in 2023 because his best format was ODI as well. And yeah, he's decided it's time to hang up the boots there for Ross Taylor, who has just been a workhorse in the New Zealand cricket department for the last, I want to say 20 years or something like that. It may even be a little bit longer for Ross Taylor and YouTube channel content as well. Says Katie Dixon there for her goal for 2022. But Sanger once again rotating the strike. And at the moment, Fawad Ahmed from one end, and also Seb, have a good one, mate, as well. Says that trucking down under there. Cutting, he's centered on 31 of 23 deliveries. It's looking like he should be able to go on and possibly, I would say, if he gets a half century, he's probably confirmed a spot in the starting lineup for next week, I'd like to think, or kind of later on in the week. We've got so many games all happening all at once. Trucking ours up a Kumura as well. Kumura? Hopefully, I feel like I say that wrong every time, don't I? Is it Kumira? Do let me know, Jay. Fawad Ahmed at the moment, though, he has only gone for the 2 runs so far off this over. It's going to be nicely whipped to the leg side by Cutting once again. We have us go there. Hamish, you did not live stream yesterday or not, as us is going. So the game was actually called off for the live stream yesterday that we were going to be doing between the Melbourne Stars and the Perth Scorchers. So it did mean, unfortunately, that we were missing out on that one. I was excited for it as well. Looked like it was going to be a good game, but yeah, due to the fact that they did have those few COVID cases popping up, it did mean that we weren't able to. Hope your channel works out, Katie. Have courage and motivation. I'm sure you can knock it out of the park. We'll support you, as I said, Sebastian. We will indeed. And I think that's what's so great about the community like that we have slowly built. Like we're all just sport lovers who just all want each other to succeed. And I feel like that's pretty awesome because that is hard to find. And I guess 2021, let alone 2022, Jay bloody whiskey. Have a good one, mate. All the best for 22. As I was trucking down under. Although if are you in somewhere where it's 7:45 trucking down under, or are you even earlier? Because I guess you are starting on the beersies and a whiskey earlier on in the day as well. And also we have a lot of sport. Once Fairpits and isn't there tennis starting at Sky on Sky tomorrow. As I says, Shane, I believe there is that man is very blue. He is channeling his inner Smurf. And he is certainly blue indeed. And also we have got the high in the chat from Wahaj there and YouTube trucking as well. Says that JAs. And also we've got there my goal for 2022 is more content for 2022. Same as Katie Samish as well. And there says Robert, and also we've got there Bishnu has said hello to us as well. Welcome in, Bishnu. Hope you're doing well, mate. That's going to be a good shot from Jason Sanger. Looking like it will be at least the one. Garton cuts it off in the deep, and they do get back for the two. Good running between the wickets. I'm totally looking forward to Katie's channel as well. And cracking run for me. And thank you, brother. I love my lads so muchly as well. And there says Katie Dixon. Sanger at the moment, he's got a very bright thunder-coloured sticker. I couldn't quite think of the name of it as well. Oh, it's nicely played in the end. He was going to sweep, but instead decided that he should just forward defensive that one. Good luck, Rob. What sort of content will you make as well? Says Sebastian. Also, bro, how are you? Says Wahaj. I'm doing very well. Thank you, mate. Hopefully you are doing well as well. Looking forward to 2022, which is just around the corner. And only a couple hours time as well. We have got there. I'm everywhere, Hamish. All the best for 22, mate, as well. Says trucking down under. And at the chat, yeah, right back at you, mate. And yeah, do appreciate the support you have been showing on the channel as well. It is hugely appreciated. We have got there. You can do it. We're also supporting your brother and Steve. I've been doing like PowerPoint stuff on my channel as well, says Robert there. And also bourbon for me, says Shane. So I guess I should ask the question, because I know a lot of you guys will be drinking throughout this live stream. What is your drink of choice for a New Year's celebration? Do let me know. Because I feel like a lot of people, some people are whiskey. Some people are rum. Some people probably go for a nice fine wine out of the glass. The ones that you swirl it around, you sniff it and whatnot. And you go, smells like wine. And then you scull it. That's how you do it. That's the best way of doing it. For the wine as well. Hello, I'm Indian as well, says Bishnu there. So what time is it in India at the moment, Bishnu? Do let me know. Thank you, brother. I have high hopes for sure. As I'm from Pakistan watching your commentary, says it Wahaj. So yeah, I hope you guys are all doing well. Rum and Coke, white and black as well. And then Hamish, I'm drinking water like you as well, says Robert. Yeah, we have got plenty of it for the night as well. It is down 1 for 55 here for the Sydney Thunder. Pretty good start to the match. And only losing the one wicket so far of Jilks, who did go 13 runs off 10 balls, 1-4, 1-6 as well. We've seen 2 sixes already from Ben Cunningham. I stick to cold Fanta, Hamish, as well. Nothing wrong with a cold Fanta, that is for sure. I feel like that is going to be my beverage of choice for the new year. I think I stopped drinking before you were born as well, says Nov Mum. What year was that, Nov Mum? I feel like you could actually be 100% correct. I wasn't born that long ago. That's the thing. The good news is each year that we tick over now, I can work on the theory that whatever year it is, that's how old I am. So as I get older and older, I'll be able to keep that system going and it will make it a lot easier to remember. And also, please like, subscribe, share. Please comment, please subscribe. As I says, Wahaj there and Hamish, will you do live commentary tomorrow between Black Caps and Bangladesh? Will you cover all days and sessions, or will you pick and choose? Please tell me your schedule as well, says Coding. So the original goal here is going to be one session a day at the start of the day type thing. And depending on how many games of the BBL, we may go with a couple more sessions. But I'm trying to balance how much I use my voice because it might end up disappearing if I talk too much. And you are looking very good as well, says Vishnu there. Appreciate you, mate. Thank you very much. And also, we've got there 1999, says Nov Mum. Oh, okay. What do you remember what month it was in 1999, Nov Mum? Because I feel like you're right around that same region. As I Plants vs. Zombies Battle for Garden Warfare 2, I just got an update. No one say everything this game is before Plants vs. Zombies Battle for Neighbourville as well. There's Brandon giving himself a bit of space there, cutting it down the ground for the single. Once again, yes, save your voice as well. Bro, what is your name? My name is Hamish as well. And yeah, has always been Hamish as well. Fun fact, since 1999. At the moment, Sanger, he's sitting on 8 runs of 11 deliveries, and he has actually been one of the keys for them when Alex Hales hasn't been performing. Jason Sanger has been. That's a good delivery once again from Fawad Ahmed. I'm drinking a very smooth whiskey and beer heaven as well. And then beginning of the year, as I says, no, mum, So I was born, yeah, that would be actually correct. You did stop drinking before I was born because I was born late in 1999. You're both making me look old as well, says Robert there. And good name. Says, well, thank you very much, mate. Hamish, what is your full name as well? Says Coding, I think I've said it on a couple live streams, but I normally end up slightly keeping it a little bit secret. Overall, even though you guys will probably be able to find it not too difficultly as well. We always got there, David. Hi, bro. As in the chat from Wahaj, and also we've got there, we have New Zealand Breakers, both Wellington Phoenix teams in Australia, says Shane. Yeah. Unfortunately for the New Zealand sides, I don't think we're going to have a home game anytime soon. I check out, see in 20 minutes as well, advancing down the wicket there for Sanger. Does end up working it for a single, but another very good over from Fawad Ahmed, and he only went for the 6 runs. He's actually bowled 3 overs so far and only going for 1 for 16. And also, Hamish, what's your credit card details as well? Says Jay Hayes. So it is going to be one moment. I'll just get my card, Jay. You won't spend. I trust you, Jay. You won't spend any money, will you? If I just gave you all the numbers here, I feel like that would be an interesting trust test. That would definitely go wrong. Luckily, I'm not that trusting, though. I'm probably too trusting for my own good as well. And, brother, I am playing golf as well. Says, I actually have plans of doing a little bit of golf at some stage next year as well. Also, I had a boatload of Sour Patch watermelon candy earlier, so now I'm just sipping on water as well. Says Katie Dixon, that probably tastes very sour as well, that water, wouldn't it? If I'm not wrong, but at the moment, Wizaga, there is a face of him in the crowd. He is not playing in this matchup, unfortunately. So that will be disappointing for those fans who brought it in. And also tell him your surname is Spider-Man as well. Says David there. Do you think New Zealand should get BBL team? Eventually, maybe it would be cool to see it. My dream is to become a credit card babysitter as well. Says Sebastian there. I mean, that would be interesting, wouldn't it? And I'll pump it back into TKL channel, I promise as well. Says Jay Hayes. I mean, to be fair, it's where all my money goes at the moment. I actually ended up buying, I'm just making sure it hasn't got anything on it. I ended up getting another camera battery. And then I was like, oh, they're on special. Boxing Day. I get 2 of them. So they are going to be for the vlogging camera so that we can keep on doing a few more real life videos as well. Hamish McDamish as well in there. Says that Katie Dixon. But yeah, pretty much all of the funds that get raised from the channel just go straight back into the channel. Like I end up with hard drives. I've got about, I was going to say 6, but I think I've got about 4 hard drives. They have all of our footage on it from the last few months. Power banks so that we can keep devices charged, little microphones. And also I have them with the Xbox as well. And there says Shane Hayes, it is still sitting in the bubble wrap. I've been too scared to end up. Yeah, I haven't actually taken it out of that yet. His surname is McDonald as well. Hamish McDonald, that's a big old edge from Ben Cutting, and that is going to be him on his way. Losing his wicket now. Siddle picks him up after getting smacked around a little bit by Cutting in the last over. And also we have got there, Ronnie has said, Katie, you're looking great as well. And there also we have got there, don't spend your money, Hamish. Let us spend your money as well. And thank you, kind sir. Says that Katie there in the chat as well. But it was a scrambled seam outside of the off stump. And it does end up going straight into the hands of the keeper. And that is going to be 62 for 2 now. I realize the scoreboard was not updating, but now it has worked it out. And Ben Cutting just getting that one slightly wrong with the way that he played it. And it is going to be him on his way, 37 off 32. Also good innings from Cutting. It was indeed. I hope we do get to see him a little bit more. Definitely if Alex Hales is out. I feel like if they don't play, I feel like surely. Okay, they're going Sam Billings now. So I'm not sure what happened to Oliver Davies, but they've decided to push him right down. Where are you from, Katie, as well, says Ronnie there. And good innings from Cutting, said AJ. But also do let me know, ladies and gentlemen, who is going to be the high scorer for the Sydney Thunder we have got there. Take care all and stay safe as well. Have a ripper New Year's Eve. I'm off for the night as well, says Jay Hayes. Is that off for the night because you're going out possibly somewhere, Jay? Or is it off for the night because you're going to bed? I feel like it's the first one out of the 2, isn't it? Can you buy PS5? My friend is after one in New Zealand as well. Says Shane Hayes. Unfortunately, I believe they are all still sold out. Sadly, I did end up getting my Xbox Series S just before they ended up selling out as well. And that was about 3 weeks before Christmas. And I don't even know what made me decide that that was the timing to do it as well. We have got there, take care, Jay. Happy New Year, mate. At the 10 out of 10, I'm originally from Florida as well. Says the Katie Dixon there, and Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare 2. I just got an update, nothing news, just solo play as well. And at the moment, Jason's saying he's sitting on 11 off 15 deliveries. Him and Billings, I mean, they both did phenomenal in the last match, both bringing up the 50s, both getting a massive partnership going for the Sydney Thunder. They're already halfway through their innings after these next two balls, and that will mean that the Adelaide Strikers, they'll need somewhere around that 65 to 70 mark. And also, we have got to have a good one, brother. Happy New Year as well with the karate, as well, says KG Dixon. And also, we have got the okay, says Ronnie in the chat as well. But Peter Siddle, this has been a much better over. He ended up going for 16 in his first and now only going for the 3 off to another New Year's Eve stream, which I'm out on. I will be drinking and having a catch up with some mates and a brother as well, says JA. So we will see you later on, mate. And yeah, I hope you do have a happy New Year as well. And also, we've got there what times at the Acadia as well, and you too, Steve Acadia. And also, can't wait for Rugby 22. I actually think it will be all right, says Xavier Brown. I have got my fingers and toes crossed that game is going to turn out all right. Although I know that it is apparently very similar to their last Rugby 20 game. Is just one thing that I have heard already from someone who had early access. I think they actually had a bit of a play of it. They said that it's relatively similar, and cheers all. Says Jay Hayes there in the chat as well, but that is going to be 10 overs down 65 for 2, so it does now mean 66 will be the Big Bash boost total that they will be going for. But anyone who hasn't already, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. Hopefully, has player career mode at 4 a.m. in Florida, as I says Novman there. Yeah, these games are always on at weird hours for Katie, as Ronnie has said. I'm from India as well. So, yeah, we'll be very early morning or kind of early afternoon, I believe, in India as well. And also, we have got there. My cousin worked in Fort Lauderdale for 3 years as well. She worked on a cruise ship as well, says David. And also, we have got there. It's 1:56 a.m. on December 31st. I'll be the very last one here to experience New Year's Eve. Y'all get it before me as well, says Katie Dixon. Yeah, I believe. Is the USA the furthest behind in the world? That's a good question, actually. Who is the furthest? I'm going to look it up. We're going to do a bit of quick fire Googling. Where is the time the furthest behind? That's a nice little riddle, isn't it? Where is the time the furthest behind? It's Baker Island time. Where's Baker Island? On the Baker and Howard or Howland Islands. Furthest behind are American Samoa Standard Times as well, and Nui time. I didn't know that. The more you know before the new year. And also, we've got there anyone here from India as well. And also, we've got there, wouldn't have guessed it, mate. And then there says David the Mod. And also, we have got there, I'll be up late as well. And thanks, Katie, says Shane. Yeah, we have got plenty of stuff happening tonight. That is for sure. We have got ourselves the New Year's celebration, I guess you could say, on the channel. I've got a couple of things planned for that celebration that is happening in only 2 hours' time. I'm hoping this game's not over early because that would be a bit unfortunate if this game was over before we ticked over to the new year as well. But then 2022, new goals, new plans, new ambitions, everything for 2022. But there will be a lot of things staying the same as well, which is including the consistency that we have been putting up on the channel as well. That's cool, brother, as well. And that's a fun part of Florida. And would you believe I lived in Florida forever and never been on a cruise as well, says Katie Dixon. I feel like a cruise would be pretty fun to go on at some stage. Imagine a Kiwi lads cruise. How we just have a massive cruise ship. Or we probably wouldn't need a massive one, but just a cruise ship in general, and we just travel. You know, it'd be fun. Although you need like internet so you could watch all the rugby and whatnot as well. But cruise ships, surely they have their own modem. I like to think, but Rashid Khan at the moment only going for 4 runs per over. It's going to be whipped to the leg side once again by Billings. It looks like they're going to try and push for the 2. Tom Kelly there. I would have felt it, and it will just be the 1 we have got there. 2 hours till New Year, as says Shane Hayes. Yeah, the stage, it's getting closer and closer, and I feel like thinking back about this year, it's just gone. Like, it's flown by. Like, there's been so much that's happened in such a short amount of time, but like 2023 and 2022, in fact, Sanger advances, but still had his foot down for that one, so didn't quite get that one. TKL HQ to be a cruise ship done deal, as says Sebastian. I know that would impress George. I know that he would be very keen on that idea for it to take place, but at the moment, Rashid Khan, he will be very keen on a wicket falling his way here. Projected at the moment, it's looking at about 143 if they continue at the rate they are. If they go to 10 and over from here on out, they get 161 as well, which would be a very decent effort from this point of view. Definitely with them missing Hales, missing Ross, missing a few of their stock standard starters, but it did give the likes of Cutting an opportunity to try and get that going. But Rashid Khan at the moment, he's bowled 3 googlies. Nice shot from Singh, and it is going to be the single off the sweep shot. But at the moment, They haven't taken their power surge as of yet. Anyone who doesn't know what the power surge is, anyone who doesn't know what the power surge is, I should say, I feel like that's not going to change though. 2022, I'm still going to slip up my words every third sentence. Also, maybe fourth sentence if I am lucky. But yeah, it is when you have two men outside of the ring. It's well fielded there by Daniel Worrell. We have got there travelling from one rugby and cricket game to another. We call it at the docks, and we're settled as well, says Sebastian there. And let's go, Adelaide, my boys. Go make me proud as well. And cruise ships are petri dishes now. Cruise ships are petri dishes now, mate. As well says David. And also we have got there Perth still top in the BBL. They are second, I believe. I think the Sydney Sixers just overtook them in the last one at the moment. Only going at 3.36 and over here for Rashid Khan. Extremely impressive. 3.88, sorry, I should say as well. But we have got there. I have always wanted to go to India. Looks like such a beautiful place as well, says that Katie Dixon. But yeah, Perth and also the Sydney Sixers, I believe they're the front runners to be able to go on to win this competition. But it's going to be interesting to see how it goes. Garton here. Adelaide Strikers, they've actually got the potential. If their batting does perform the way that their bowlers have been in certain games, they could also be right up there. Another team that I'm not underestimating at all is going to be the Hobart Hurricanes. They seem like with McDermott finding the form that he has now, he's going to be pretty tough to stop. Definitely if Matthew Wade or Darcy Short or someone along those lines can also make their way up there. Now George Garden getting ready to go. He went for 9 runs off his first one. And also we have got there, Jay, forgot to let you know, it's the 45th birthday for the Muppets today. So happy 45th birthday to all in Camp Muppet as well. Says Trucking Down Under. Did the Muppets come out 45 years ago? That's a lot. That's a long time. Happy birthday, Muppets, I guess, is a way to say it. As well, and also we've got their WLCM as well. And there, says that Ronnie, but at the moment, Garden, he goes for the single with Sanger now. He's sitting on 13 runs of 20 deliveries as well. The last boundary was 30 balls ago here for the Sydney Thunder. They want to keep on keeping that one ticking over, but they haven't been able to. Good fielding from Garden, decides against throwing it, and it is going to be the dot ball once again here for himself. But we're looking there at the kind of timeline. It's gone 111.1 wicket dot 1111 dot 11.1 dot. So we're talking Morse code at the moment here for them as well. We have got their happy birthday Muppets as well. And it says Katie Dixon. But they certainly want to add some more 4s and 6s or at least a couple 2s into that one as well. So at the moment, the Thunder, I feel like anything under 150 will not be defendable on the surface. I've just got that feeling. Sanger advances, Sanger misses. And once again, it is going to be the dot ball. And happy birthday to all the Muppets, big and small as well, says that Sebastian with the 10 out of 10 there. When did Sesame Street come out compared to the Muppets? I feel like that's one that's not as old, isn't it? One moment. When did... Well, something just moved on my desk and I jumped, but it was a bag, so I shouldn't have. When did Sesame Street start? You know what? It's actually quite a long time. That's a good shot. That's quite a long one. Or is it? Oh, he's done well, is he? And the deep match short. He's not too sure whether or not he put his foot down over the boundary. It's either going to be 6 or it is going to be maybe a wicket. We'll have to wait and see. The Muppets, compared to Sesame Street actually came out in 1969 as well. So I believe that's actually 52 years ago that it came out. But Shorty looks like he struggled a little bit to take that one. We also got their 1960s as well. Australia is a good place, Katie, as well. And also we've got their happy birthday to the Muppets and also 1960 game, actually 1969. Says I should have seen all the 6s in the Super Smash today. Says Shane, I have been watching quite a few of the replays of those Super Smash matches just because they've been sounding like they're very good games. And also, what is everyone's favorite Muppet? Mine is Rizzo the Rat and Bean Bunny as the other one. But Matt Short, I feel like he didn't realize how close he was to the boundary rope, and he ended up slightly backtracking. He was close. He was close. He was close. Okay, the foot's in contact with the rope. Then from there, he did actually release it in time, but it was that first initial foot that was touching it. So it is going to be the 6 runs there for the Thunder. That'll be a useful 6 for Sanger as well, because now he'll move up onto 19 runs of 23 deliveries. And he has just helping himself out and create 53 next year as well. Says Robert, and also have a deep burning passion to go to Australia and New Zealand. It's as well, says Katie Dixon. Who knows, maybe once restrictions and everything all open up you will be able to make your way over down under, I guess you could call it, for Australia. And also, what are we called? If Australia's down under, we're also down under, aren't we? But we're a little bit further down under. Further under. That's New Zealand, further under. But now Sanger. Well played. That's actually, yes, I have now updated as well. We have also got the Happy New Year, mate. Have a good one as well. Thank you very much, Trucking Down Under. Usually appreciate it, mate. Is that your truck in the picture as well, by the way? Do let me know. I assume it is, if it is the truck there. But yeah, thank you very much, mate. Hugely appreciate you and hope to see you for next year as well. And can't at the moment, Katie, as well, says Shane Hayes. And also we've got there. That is the hope, Kiwi lads, says that Katie Dixon. But it's good throw there. Almost would have been gone there. Tom Kelly with a good arm, but doesn't quite end up connecting with the stumps as well. But Sanger now sitting on 21 of 24. That's looking a lot better for Sanger. He's got that one a bit more, not leaving it to the fielder on the boundary to make the mistake. Instead, that is going to be 6 more runs for Sanger. Now he moves up onto 27 of 25 as well. Further under best slogan as well. Says that Katie Dixon there. That is the end of the 12th over now, and it is going to be 2 for 83 here for the Sydney Thunder, so they can still get themselves that 160 here. Cheers for the support, Trucking, as well. And there's Sebastian, and yeah, it's always usually appreciated. All you guys, like throughout the year, you guys have been so generous here, trading it in for another one in February as well. Says it Trucking Down Under. And yeah, it does look like a very nice one, though, to be fair. What do you actually, I guess, I've never actually asked this question. What do you truck? That wasn't out. What do you transport, I should say, rather than what do you truck? Is it kind of the same thing roughly, or do you do kind of all sorts? As I do let me know and score, do you think here, as I said, Stephen, I think they'll get 165 here for the Sydney Thunder. I love the Muppets. Big part of my childhood. My favourites were Kermit, Gonzo, and Beaker as well. Says that David the Molden. Also, we have the dollar signs from Katie Dixon. I would love to travel one day, Katie. Says that Shane there as well. We have also got the donation from Robert, and also we have got the here's $1 to Katie and Isaac's travel fund as well. So that sounds like, by the sounds of it, Robert, we taking Katie to Australia with us as well when me and Isaac go. I feel like if I said that, Katie would be 100% keen, wouldn't you, Katie? It's going to be nicely played by Billings with a sweet shot. We have also got their Kermit and Gonzo, Katie, as well. Says it, Robert there. Yeah, pretty much anyone who did miss that reference from a couple live streams ago, pretty much we are talking about maybe me and Isaac possibly going to Melbourne in 2023 to watch some of the Formula One and whatnot, as well, a little bit of a Kiwi lads holiday. Nicely played by Sanger once again, out to point. We have also got their B double, and there as our taint liners, General Frey as well. I feel like I pronounced that very badly, didn't I? As well. But we always got there. The only time I travel, it's to my fridge as well, says Music Kiwi. I can agree with that. It's a good place to travel. There's always something in it, hopefully, for you as well. And also, okay, let's go. I'm in. Let's go. I'm ready, Kiwi lads as well. We're there. And all over the world, says Shane there. Says Katie to Shane, and also says Colin Munro still playing for New Zealand. I don't believe he is for this one. 2 lads and a less adventure down under sounds a bit dodgy as well, says Sebastian. Yeah, that is true. I feel like we'll have to come up with a better name than that one. I'll meet you all at the airport as well, says Robert. So it sounds like there's a Kiwi lads meetup going on in Melbourne the new year, or actually not the new year, but the new year after that as well. Australia will be first, Katie, as well. Says that Shane Hayes there and the chat as well. But I better I will quickly go like that again and put that one back up on the screen because it does still have it. That I haven't actually learned too much about the donation system, but it does have a bar that tells me like when YouTube take them away. Like in terms of like it actually ends up having your name up there for a decent amount of time. That's a good shot from Billings. That was in the air for a decent amount of time. And it does go for 6. But yeah, I've only just really learned how YouTube works. And I've been doing it for like a year and a half. But it has been a very fun year and a half, that is for sure. And we have got plenty more coming. I feel like we're going to be still going right up until like the Rugby World Cup. I think we will have at least, I'm going to say not daily uploads, but definitely like a few videos a week right up till the hours. I'm ready for Dodgers, says Katie Dixon. Dodgers should be keen. That is a big shot from Sam Billings. And now this innings is changing around. I said 165. I might even have to go a little bit higher than that and say that maybe they work their way towards 170, 180 if Billings and Sanger can stay out there. Billings sitting on 16 runs of 8 deliveries compared to 28 for Sanger of 26. It's not quite played well by Billings. He does use the feet nicely. And also we've got their India flags from Ronnie there in the chat as well. But at the moment, Sam Billings, he looks like, Has he hurt his knee a little bit there, Sam Billings? It looks like he's got a little bit of a limp or the calf or something in that left leg. And speaking of new content as well, says the fashion there, and you love Australia, just be prepared because they're straight up. A spade is a spade in Australia as well. And they are quite frank as well, says David the Mod. Yeah, you will hear quite a bit of swearing. Same as New Zealand, though. I feel like people like dropping swear words like they're pretty much just normal sentences and words. As our next World Cup will have will Spark Sport have the rights for it, or will Sky have it as well, says Shane. I assume it will be Sky, but I could be wrong there. It may actually end up being instead Spark who do end up trying to secure it, because I know that Spark didn't get the Cricket World Cup, but I feel like that will be one that they do try and get in the future, kind of overlapping with Sky. But we'll have to wait and see. Of course, I want to go scuba diving, free diving so bad as well, says Katie Dixon there. That's the end of the 13th over, though, and it is going to be 97 for 2 here for the Sydney Thunder. The moment I assume the power surge isn't a mile away. The last few overs, they've got themselves 32 runs. It's looking a lot better as well. Yeah, it's got their, just think of all the content we make as well, says Robert Miller there. And also we've got their Spark is bad. As well as Music Kiwi, yeah, the only reason I have Spark really is for the Black Caps games and also the URC. Do we end up watching a little bit of that on there as well, although not recently because all of the games have been getting cancelled. In fact, I'm going to have a look. What games have we got this weekend as well? Because I know that there's a lot of games that are just getting moved around all over the place. I don't actually know what day we're on. What day are we on? It's Friday at the moment. Is it Friday? I thought it was like midweek / like weekend, but I guess Friday's about halfway in between, and also good. I'll fit in there just fine. I am the one in my family who swears all the time, and they hate it. Australia, here I come as well, and I didn't say bad. I guess that this is a kids program as well. It is indeed. We normally try and keep it slightly PG overall, although when George is on, it of course changes completely. Awesome, Katie. I never done that. I would like to go to Australia Zoo and the MCG as well, and India under 19 today, win the Asia Cup as well, says Ronnie. So yeah, hopefully we do get to see a few of those men step up into the Indian kit in the near future as well. But the partnership at the moment, 36 runs from 22 balls. These two have been able to go on to get. Looking through at the rugby, we've got Premiership rugby in a day and 4 hours. Good shot from Billings. He has not got all of it, though, and that's going to be his wicket. And that is the wicket that they did not want to lose. Matt Short that time had his foot inside of the boundary rope, and that is going to be a nice one. So there's going to be Sale Sharks versus the Wasps, Exeter versus Bristol. Those are two good games. I want to watch both of them. They are on at random hours of the morning as well. And Shane, Australia Zoo is good as well, says Robert. And then for the URC, at this stage, it says that the games are still taking place, but more than likely they will get postponed because we've already had 4 postponed games. The only ones left are Scarlets, Ospreys, and Connacht versus Munster as well. And heard that, Robert. And is this a PG channel? Sorry for any for my any comment ever. I mean, it's just normally I say things slightly more PG because I know the age of some of our viewers, and I feel bad if I swear. But I feel like, who knows, maybe 2022, we just say it and just go for it. And heck yeah, that sounds great. And of course, watch all the rugby again while I'm there as well. And also we've got there, heard that, Robert. And also, but won't Sky get the T20 World Cup in Australia as well? I believe they will. So it's tough on Spark Sport because I feel like they're really trying to get their foot in the door, but Sky are just shutting them down. Ollie Davies now getting his opportunity. He was actually going to be opening originally on the sheet, but they did decide to switch it around just a little bit more, I should say. Like they're saying, he's actually very young, Ollie Davies, and this is another good opportunity that possibly one that he wouldn't have gotten otherwise in this situation, but he's going to be raring to go here. Davies will be fired up and ready to try and prove himself at the crease. Daniel Worrell, though, very talented bowler. It's a ball nicely there for Davies, and they're going to be running hard. It looks like he wants the 2, but they will just get the single, and that will once again keep the strike ticking over. We have got there. I'll go to any sport that's on at time, Katie, as well. And what a crucial wicket, says Aiden. Yeah, they were just building into that partnership nicely. They didn't take the power surge, though. And once again, it seems like that is going to be not ideal. We have got there 2022 it is. Then imagine Hamish absolutely let him rip, drinking, smoking, swearing, and insulting viewers as well, all before the game, all before the start of the game. And so I think my problem, though, is like if I do try and like insult anyone, which is something that I don't do very well, I always end up saying sorry, and I feel like that kind of takes away the insult type thing. You know, it's like if I'm like, oh, what's a good example of something that's not like too offensive? Like, oh, you you suck. And then I'd always end up after like a few seconds being like, nah, I'm sorry. And then I feel like that kind of takes away the emphasis of telling someone that they suck. If you're just going to say, sorry, didn't mean it, you don't actually. Worrell bowling that one. Sanger once again using the feet, but not able to connect. We have got the alternate timeline, Hamish, as well. And there says Katie Dixon. And at the moment, Sanger, he's not too happy with the way that he is striking the ball. It seems to be he either just advances down the wicket and misses, or he does end up possibly trying to sit back, and he actually hits the ball very nicely. You suck as well. We'll have to work on the insults, Hamish, as well. Says Abasha there also, don't worry, Seb. He sent me 5 Discord invites the other day, trying to add me to the mod chat as well. Says Robert there, and also we've got the Hamish, you should come to the Highlanders game in the Zoo stand as well, says Shane. That would be quite fun. I know that I would probably get eaten alive in the stand, but you know, it would be good fun. As well, I want to actually send Isaac to a game of rugby in Christchurch for maybe Highlanders versus Crusaders or something, and have him as like the ground correspondent. But he doesn't really want to film himself at the ground, I don't believe. As well, but that was the end of the over. Now they sit on 102 for 3 here for the Sydney Thunder. So it's looking like 160. If they get 10 and over from here on out, they haven't taken the power surge as of yet. And also, Hamish is just too sweet as well. Says Katie Dixon, it's a blessing and a curse. I guess you could say that is a good thing. As well, says Katie Dixon. But yeah, like I feel like in a time where I actually will have to be an angry person, which I can't imagine a time, like I will end up like probably not being able to, like even me trying to pull an angry face. That was intimidating, wasn't it? And they can drink as well, says Shane there. And the jab of Farward now at the moment sitting on 1 for 16 off 3. It's going to be nicely played by Sanger. Pierces the gap, but it is going to be thrown in from the deep by Matty Renshaw. At the moment, Farward I hope he does have one more season in him for the BBL, because he's been very economical throughout this whole competition. Like at the moment, him and also Rashid Khan have really been able to change. Oh, has he got a side strain? No, he looks like he is going to be all right. I thought for a second it looked like he did have a bit of an injury. The wrong one once again, and it is going to be hit into the deep to Matty Renshaw. He will be hoping to have a good day at the top of the order as well for the Adelaide Strikers. They've got some good batsmen with Matt Short as well, and a legendary kindness Hamish as well, says Katie Dixon. That's the thing. I've thought about it, and I'm like, if I ever had to be in a fight, which of course there'll be many occasions, because I always get myself into a lot of trouble, of course. But if I ever had to get in a fight, I feel like if I ever like actually hit someone and they went like, ow, I would end up apologizing. Like I can't see myself like being able to actually hit someone without saying like, are you okay? Even though there'd be like no power on these wrists anyway, but it would be still the checking on them. Are you okay? Are you sure you're not too bad? Sweep shot attempted by Sanger. Doesn't it? Holds the pose as well for quite a while. Still holding the pose. For Sanger, I think my prediction is going to be close. Hamish, I said 175. I believe that is says Katie Dixon there in the chat as well. But Farward Ahmed at the moment, if he can get out of this over without getting hit to the boundary, that would be a very impressive one indeed. And they will probably have to take the power surge. Using the feet there, slightly lofty, and it is going out to the man in the deep. And it is once again just going to be the single. So good work from Farward Ahmed, not giving them any real width or space, and that is going to be 5 of it as well. Hi, man. As I said, welcome into the live stream, mate. Happy New Year, almost. Depending on where you are in the world at the moment, we are 1 hour 40 away from 2022 here in New Zealand. So we're getting closer and closer. Well played by Farward Ahmed. He has been able to finish out his spell, only going for the 22 runs. Trust me, Hamish. Stay the way you are as well. And there says David, and hi, mate, was good as well, says Xav. Yeah, that's the thing. If I did try and change it, it would probably take about 7 years to be able to kind of change it. You know, it's I don't think it's changing anytime soon, just because it just doesn't seem to work. Like if I can't be angry for more than like a second without looking at, yes, never change average. We need more people like you in the world. As I said, Katie Dixon, also time's going fast in New Zealand. It is indeed. It's flying at the moment. This game started an hour ago. And I can't believe it. We started an hour and 20 minutes ago on this live stream, and we are still going. I'm only kidding, of course. Who doesn't love a lovely fella as well with a 10 out of 10 from Sebastian there as well. But at the moment, yeah, it is going to be Davies once again on strike. Peter Siddle Have they taken their power surge? I don't believe they have. Or have they? They probably need to very soon because they've only got the 5 left at this stage in this matchup with Peter Siddle now with the ball in hand. And man, don't take this like bad, but Australia is better than New Zealand cricket-wise as well, says Xav. I mean, the last World Cup, you can go off, and they do have that one. Although New Zealand have the Test Championship, so I guess it does depend a little bit on the format, although that Australian lineup, Pat Cummins, Josh Hazlewood, and also, I mean, Scott Bolland, he needs a mention now. Everyone's right on the Bolland train. He is looking very sharp with the ball in hand, definitely for that second spell at the MCG. Peter Siddle charging in. Hit down the ground from Davies. They get through for the single. And they won't be minding this too much, the Adelaide Strikers. 140 Peter Siddle is getting them down there. As Owen Robert has said no in their chat as well. This is it's interesting. They had a couple big shots. They had the 4s and the 6s. But now it's gone back to really just the dot balls, the 1s, the wickets, and the 2s here. Not boundary for about 15 or so. That's to Australia. A very strong team as well. Says Shane Hayes there. And also, will you be streaming the Women's Ashes in 29 days? I believe it actually overlaps with something else. That's going to be a nice shot there, and it's racing away to the boundary. Jinx that one for Peter Siddle there. And it's going to be Sanger who moves up to 40 now of 35. But yeah, depending on what else is on in 29 days, I think the Six Nations might actually be relatively close to coming back. One moment, we will have a quick look. We have got the Curry Cup coming up as well. 29 days, though, you are looking at... Six Nations is actually a week. Yeah. Got story lads as well in there. Says it's Sebastian in the chat as well. But Peter Siddle here is once again going to be a little bit more expensive. That's not a good ball for Peter Siddle. Sanger gets onto it, and that's going to be 6 runs. Once again, Siddle has brought up his own 30 here. He might be going for 50 in a moment. But they have had 7 6s and a 6 4s as well for this one. But Peter Siddle, I don't know what's happened to his line and his length, but he doesn't seem to be getting it right at all. A big full toss. Singer says thanks very much and does it away to the leg side. He hits at 78 metres. I'm from India as well. Says I'm gaming there in the chat. Welcome in, mate. Hope you are doing well. Do let me know the time in India at the moment. It took me years to realise Pacificism. 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 No, Pacism. Pacifism, I can't say that word. Isn't weakness but strength, however, to be assertive is different as well. Pacifism. No. Why did they play Peter Siddle here? Shocking as well. Says Stephen, he is the captain, so he probably picks himself with the lineup. Have you heard of Megan Shutt as well? I have not. And also, Yo says, John Sweet, welcome into the live stream. And Pissism. Wait, is that really the fact that I've been able to pronounce it from Sebastian writing pisses him tells you everything you need to know. And also, I've got I do remember when the Highlanders versus Blues game and damaged my good phone was gutted as well. And in there it says it was Shane Hayes. And also, love this, says John Sweet. Thank you very much, mate. We are going to be back every single game of the BBL that we can. And also, Amish, that was Whiskey talking as well. And then also, Koihi. And the chat says, Ronnie, big swing of the bat from Singer. Very angry man at the moment. He hasn't been able to get a pacifism. Pacifism, as in like being passive. That's it as well. And also we have got to make it easier. Pacifism. I think it's pacifism, isn't it? Pacifism. There we go. Nailed it. Didn't even have to try. I think my mum's yelling out from the kitchen. That's going to be Sanger there. He struck that one nicely. All the way over the boundary. And it is going to be going for 6. And also, Saman signs on a 3-match BBL stint with the Heat next year as well. That will be pretty awesome, as in being a pacifist as well. Says Sebastian there. But Peter Siddle, he ends up going for the ride. Ended up going for, I believe it was 15 in that over. Or actually, more than that, 17 off that over. And cricket is the best as well. Keep this up. This is so funny as well. Says John Sweet there. And also the 10 out of 10 from it, Katie. But at the moment, 125 for 3. They have still got themselves another 4 overs. I believe that one was inside of the power play or the power surge. So now they've got 1 more over of it. And I believe, they've gone Rashid Khan. Risky, but understandable for him as well. Try Glenfidishism. I feel like you just kind of close your mouth and go, Hodge ended up dropping the catch there, unfortunately, for himself. And also over there, Siddle was trash as well. And there says Stephen, He hasn't been going well, unfortunately, there, sadly. He's just been going very expensive in his last few games. Yes, he gets the occasional wicket. The Heat have made a signing for next year, Amish, as well, or have made the signing for next year. Tell you what, he'll be a good player to watch out for Zaman as well. Rashid Khan now. I feel like, tell you what, half time in this one, everyone get your words in that you think Hamish won't be able to pronounce, and let's see whether or not he can do it. We'll end up starring them, and by the time we get to half time, we'll see whether or not we can get them coming off the tongue as well. But fourth BBL 50 in 16 matches there for Sanger, so he's doing very nicely for himself, and don't get why they bowl him. He is so expensive as well, says Stephen. I think it is partly to do with the fact that he is the captain as well, so he can actually bowl himself. Sanger uses his feet. Beautiful shot there from Sanger, and it races away to the boundary. I'm going to sub as well, says John C. Thank you very much, mate. Do you know I don't normally struggle this much with words? Well, I do a little bit, to be fair. Some of the words just don't roll off the tongue. Johanna's given me a nice word in Afrikaan to be able to pronounce for at halftime. So that is going to be in only 4 overs time, ladies and gentlemen. So be sure to stick around. Sanger tries to hit it down the ground. It's going to be a run-out opportunity. No, they decide against it. Geez, that's a fancy one, Katie. I feel like I'm regretting my decision already just seeing the first two. At the moment now, it is going to be Sanger. 56 runs off 41 deliveries now. He is sitting on. He's actually been hitting the ball very nicely. He's hit 4 sixes, 2 fours. It's in the deep. What a catch. That is as well. And Short takes it in the deep. Or did he? No, it is short of him. He ended up bouncing up to him as well. We have got there the Kangaroos. And the chat from Ronnie. I think it is just short of him. He picked it up so crisp as well, but I think it was just short. If you could make voice notes, then we all can tell you how to pronounce the words as well. And there, that's a good shot from Sanger. Oh, it does go all the way as well. He's really striking the ball extremely well at the moment, Sanger. What's that, Davies? That was actually Davies who struck that one, so he has advanced, and Rashid Khan's not looking too happy with that one as well. And then we have got to pronounce these two. Ooh. Do you follow the WWE, Katie? As well as Shane there. And the wrong and off the top of the stump, 68 meters. It didn't carry very far, but it carried just far enough. Tries the cut shot. That will be the end of the over. And that is going to be 137 for 3. Rashid Khan, at the moment, he's just telling them all about it as well for the youngster. Okay, I'm not too sure what's happening here for Rashid Khan. But I think he's actually just asking the youngster, Ollie Davies, about why he decided to hit him for 6 as well, trying to play the intimidation factor. He finishes his overs, though, for Rashid Khan, sitting on 0 off 23 as well. And imagine if we had live voice chat, it would be the end of us as well, says Sebastian there. Not seriously, brother, but just watch just whatever comes big news as well. So Rashid Khan, he wasn't too happy with the way that Davies did follow that one as well. Do you follow it, Shane, as well? Says Robert there. And at the moment, he's sitting on 57 off 42 deliveries. Davies sitting on 11 off 7 as well. So both of these men going at more than a strike rate of 100. And yeah, I used to watch Katie as well. And there says Shane there in the chat. And oh, good Lord, as well, says Katie Jackson. Yeah, one day. Not on video, but I feel like it would be quite cool to do like a 10-person video chat with you guys. I'm not sure how it would go. It would probably be a very hectic few moments. That's going to be a brilliant shot from Singh, and he once again gets himself a few more runs here. They move up to 141, and I feel like your prediction, Sebastian's looking pretty good at the moment, and sometimes Robert as well. And there's Shane there. Big old yawn there. At the moment, they're saying that Sanger, he wants to push on to get 80. I feel like he could actually push 90. I would love to do a 10-person video chat as well. And there's Katie Dixon Worrell changing up his angle a little bit. Puts it outside of the off stump. Glided by Sanger. And that's going to be racing away to the boundary once again. Now, he is starting to really ramp it up. Well, how will day one go? Sunday, Roman versus Brock as well. And there says Robert. Oh, that's going to be a good one as well. I feel like I'm not going to get to watch that one live just because I will end up being well and truly asleep during that stage as well. What's the win prediction looking like? At the moment, it is going to be 46% chance for the Adelaide Strikers to win this one compared to Sydney Thunder, who are sitting 54%. So they are just a little bit behind at the moment for the Strikers in those odds. But the partnership moves up onto 47 of 24 of them. Brock should win. And there says Aiden, but Worrell, he has certainly got plenty of zinc on the face. I think he was worried about sunburn or something because he has got it pretty much here, I guess you could say as well. I forgot what hand was what hand. It's kind of all over there for Daniel Worrell. Outside of the off stump, Sanger attacks it, and he does get the shot away nicely to the leg side, or sorry, out kind of that backward point, and this is shocking bowling as well. It's at 3 p.m. your time, as well, says, and there from Robert, and also, is that on Raw, Robert? And also, no, it's a pay-per-view. And there says Robert as well, but Sanger just ends up hitting that one over the top as well. Very nicely played, and he is on fire at the moment. Moves up on a 69 of 45 deliveries, and now 63% chance that the Thunder will go on to win this one. A shot from Jason Sanger. He was off to a slow start, but now he's really ramping it up, and it seems like he will be able to help out his side get towards that 170, 180 even. It won't happen, but I want to see one more John Cena versus CM Punk match, as this is a Sebastian there. Be a very good one, that is for sure. I know CM Punk, he's at AEW at the moment, isn't he? And John Cena, I don't know what he's up to, whether or not he is still acting or whether he is kind of part-timing in the wrestling. I think he is mainly acting, isn't he? At the moment, 12 off the over. And all Robert, who do you think winning? Becky or Liv as well? And there says Aiden, but the partnership between these two, Ollie Davies and also Jason Sanger, 51 off 26 deliveries as well. They did have the power surge, which helped them build up that momentum as well. Yeah, we will have to wait and see. Daniel Worrell charging in. Full toss there. Hit down the ground by Sanger, and it will just be the single once again. And Becky, you as well. And there says Robert. And what I am going to very quickly do, I am going to quickly send a message while I remember. There we go. I just had to send a message. I remembered earlier on, and then I forgot about it. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, K, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z as well. Says Patty Wagon, welcome into the live stream, mate. Hope you are doing well. How much of the old beverages have you consumed at this point? That's a nice shot from Davies. That's going to race away to the boundary, and they're going to move up now onto 154, sorry, as well. 17 of it, I remember thinking it was weird when I was a kid, but I was allowed to watch wrestling, but I wasn't allowed to watch The Simpsons, like WTF was up with the rules of my house as well. Robert my gut saying Becky, but my heart saying Liv as well, and also he's acting at the moment. No indie scene, though the guy, it's all about WWE as well. It says that Sebastian also, I like Raw and SmackDown. John Cena was in the Fast 5, or Fast 9, sorry, as on day one as a new pay-per-view. It replaced TLC. Shane as well, says Robert, but that's going to be the end of the over now. And it is 154. I may have had a few, as says Patty Wagon. Could be the case by the sounds of it as well. And okay, thanks, Robert, as well, says Shane there in the chat. At the moment, Brad George just giving us a little bit of a batting lesson. That is something that I do actually have for my New Year's resolution. Is do a little bit more cricket, kind of go into the nets and whatnot as well if I do get the chance. But I'm hoping that that will be something that happens relatively often in the season. And also, it would be interesting to see how I go as well if I did end up trying to play an actual season of cricket. Who knows? Maybe I can do it next year. Barton. That's Garton, sorry. Who's Barton? That's a combination of Garton and Bartlett, I believe it is. And I like that Rey Mysterio guy in WWE says, yeah, I'm there. And when I was 15, I remember Ric Flair coming to New Zealand, legendary wrestler from his time as well. And also we have got that Let's Go Adelaide, Let's Go Sanger. And the chat says it was from Aiden as well. He is hoping that Adelaide can get themselves a win here. It would be a very good win to get as they were coming in as favourites for this one, Singers and Thunder's side, Aiden, as well. That's a shot there from Sanger, and he has got plenty of it all the way for 6 there, and he moves up onto 76 now, and he is looking sharp. 49 deliveries he's been able to do so. Are you still going to live for the Royal Rumble? As I says, Aiden, do you know what date it will be on, Aiden? And do let me know. I know TLC was fun, especially the table matches. The only way to win is to put the opponent through the table as well. And Sanger's on the Thunder side, Aiden, and good evening, good sir. As I says, David the Mod there for Paddy Wagon. But yeah, I hope you guys are all going to be having nice plans for New Year's, I guess. Nice one down the ground. And that is going to be racing. That's Oh, if John O'Wells has stopped this one from going over as well, he's done absolutely phenomenal. And nothing like being drunk for New Year's as well. And also we have got there in the chat, you know what? I love way more than wrestling American gladiators, sorry, like 80s and 90s American gladiators as well. WrestleMania is my favorite. I mean, let's get Singer out as well. Says Aiden there. I think that is going to be, unfortunately, the boundary against John O'Wells. It's on his hand. Oh. That's a tough angle, and that's a tough one. 30th of January as well, says Aiden. Do you know what else is on the 30th of January, Aiden, in terms of sport-wise? If you... Actually, I can probably find that out as well. I think we might have some sort of... Because it will be a Monday, won't it? It's always a Monday here for the pay-per-views. I think that is going to be the 4 runs. So once again, Sanger's just going to keep on advancing himself towards the 80 runs. I believe he actually moves up onto 80 or 50 now, and I actually like the Royal Rumble more than WrestleMania. You always have legends come back in the most surprising way as well, and it is the Royal Rumble as well. Here's Aiden there, and also it's Sunday, 30th of January, Hamish. And there now it's going to be a big shot from Sanger, just swings through, and that is going to be another 6 runs, or was it? I think Jake Weatherall might have just stopped that one from going all the way, and it might only be the 2 or 3 runs there for Sanger. 2 runs instead of the 6. They're going to be checking this one, though. That's absolutely phenomenal work from the Adelaide Strikers. Once again, a very good effort. So he gets it with one hand. It's going to be the 6 runs instead. And that is going to be 6. So that means Sanger so far in this over of Garton has gone dot 6 4 6 as well. Jason Sanger at the moment sitting on 86, wants to add his name to the men who have been able to bring up hundreds. He's still got 8 balls to do it. He's just smacked that one out through cover. And it is going to be fielded in the deep by Matty Renshaw. They get the single. My prediction is close as well. Remember Jamie Kovac as well. And there says David the Mod. At the moment, I would say, I wish I had my 185. I'll be honest. I feel like, Sebastian, you're going to have it spot on, mate, for 186. Feel like you're going to be close. Damn you, Adelaide, as well. Says Aiden there. Yeah, there's going to be sitting a 25% chance that they will be able to go on. And when the game now, that's another big shot from Davies, and he's joining in with the party. He hits it for 6, and that is now going to be 177 runs off the 19 overs. This has turned around big time, and also we have got their Fury as well, says Katie Dixon. This is brilliant batting between these two. I believe that's almost a 100-run partnership as well between these two men, and I've got it in only about 40 or 50 balls, something along those lines. And I've got one more. I went 175 tonight as well. Says Robert there. I will have a quick look. Sebastian, or Robert, sorry, you have got Rob, 175 for Rob down. I love Blaze and Lace and Nitro as well. Says Katie Dixon. Is Sebastian the highest score that we did have? No, Novmum. Tell you what, Novmum always gets them when they're higher scoring games, doesn't she? You nail it every time, Novmum. If you are still here, hello, Novmum. If you are not here, then I guess not hello, Novmum. Oh, yeah, I've got there. That's it. I had a big crush on her as well. Says David there. That's a brilliant shot. So if they get 20 runs in this over, Novmum has got it bang on. If they end up getting 10 runs off this over, Sebastian's right there for the points as well. And Hamish is sitting way down at 150. Not quite there for myself, but the boundaries, 12 fours, 12 sixes, both just flying up into this innings. And these two, I mean, I'm going to look at this partnership very quickly and tell you guys exactly what it is sitting on, because it is phenomenal. From the Peter Siddle now getting to bowl the final over. Good shot from Sanger, aggressive shot. And it is going to be worked away for the single there. Once again, they do get back for 2. Good running between the wickets, and Sanger now sitting on 89. He's got 5 all. Sanger might have just blown something. What just happened there for Jason Sanger? It looks like the leg or something is given out on him, and we're going to pass you as well. And we're going to pass you. We got it past you, sorry, says Robert. And there's also 69 runs from 4 overs. I would be going mad if I was, or if it was my team as well. I think he just busted his knee for Sanger there. It looked like he really got stuck in the ground. And because of it, straight away, you can see that he was clenching at it as well. Don't put the sad one, Avish, or don't pull the sad one, Avish. You clean up the other night. So I did indeed. Did get a little bit sneaky, didn't I? I donate all of my points to whoever wants them. New Year's, isn't it, as well? Said Sebastian there. Although I think the thing is with those points that I did put in the chat for the Discord, they were actually without the points being all transferred and whatnot, because I have got those as a separate one, because it is getting tricky to track where all the points have been going as well. I think he really hurts his knee for that one thing. And also, at this stage, the partnership between these two, I did mention about it, how to, as I said, there and also come on a few sixes, as I said, so we have still got to hear. But at the moment, the partnership between these two men is sitting on, is it going to tell me? It used to tell me what the partnership was. They had 98 when these two made their way out to the crease. So they got a partnership of 81 so far, now 20 to go as well. Or hour 20 to go, says Shane. It is indeed. And you think the Thunder are sitting right now as well, it says Taylor. It looks like they are going to be able to possibly have about an 80% chance. And also, we look at that. All right, then I'll keep them as well. And then says Sebastian and Steve, you may want to donate to Jay or Aiden. It's their history as well, says Robert. But Settle at the moment, he is going to be charging outside of the off stump. Good attacking shot from Sanger, but it goes to deep cover, and they will just get the single that time. And now means that he's in the nervous 90s here for Sanger. It was Davies on strike, so he's either got to swing hard at this ball and end up hitting it straight up in the air and get out, or he needs to get himself in that position of hitting it all the way to the boundary. I feel like Sanger at this point, he will be saying, don't worry about me. Worry about just hitting this ball hard. Ollie Davies here sitting on 21 off 9 deliveries. Another player that we didn't think we'd get to see too much. Is a good Yorker there from Siddle, and it does mean that they will be taking the 2. Sanger unselfishly says yes to that one, and it does mean that they get back for the 2. And the partnership, the last 27 balls, 74 runs. 74. The run rate of 16.44. Looks like Sanger there, his knee might be completely busted, but he's still going to keep on running. The partnership of 84 off 37 balls so far here. And if Jaden and Aiden are given the pass, I'll end up Cellar Dweller as well. And they're going to be a wide from Peter Siddle. We'll have to bowl that one again. It's up to 183 now for themselves. I really wish I went 185. The thing is, I decided it was out of the 2. It was either 150 or 185 as well. 6666. Let's go as well, says Taylor there. And what do Strikers need for the Bash Boost point? I believe they will need 64 runs. And any New Year's parties near you, Amish, as well, says Shane. Sounds very quiet at the moment, to be honest. You wouldn't actually think it was New Year's. Like, we've heard no noise, no fireworks or anything like that. I'm sure something will be going on at some stage, though, in the future. We've got something planned for our 12 o'clock on the live stream, so be sure to stick around till midnight, which is going to be in 1 hour, 17 minutes time. And by that time, we will probably almost know who wins this match, depending on how it goes. So that's going to be the dot ball. Sorry, it was a single there. And now Jason Sanger, he's got 2 balls left, 2 big shots. 1-4-1-6 will give him his 100. He's off the edge. Oh, it's gone straight to Rashid Khan. They take on, oh, that's a good bit of running there from Ollie Davies. And the umpire is saying that he is safe. Rashid Khan knocking over the stumps. Well, was a very good throw as well. But yeah, do let me know, ladies and gentlemen, because some of you guys will be a little bit earlier than myself. What have you got planned for New Year's? What are you going to be going with? And also, do let me know your goals. I did say earlier on that I am going to be starring the ones in there as well. And then we are going to be updating it about 3 months through to see whether or not you guys have kind of been able to achieve your goals as well. So we'll have to wait and see how it goes. 2 sixes as well, says Taylor. Yeah, now at this stage, he needs a no ball from Peter Siddle, and they make 200 as well, says that Shane there. At the moment, 1 ball left. Sanger hits it down the ground. It looks like they're going to be running hard. Davies says yes, and they will get back nicely, and it will be now 187 runs they were able to get. Man, I wish that I had that 185. I reckon the Thunder will finish with 3 for 187. Very close indeed, Shannon. But now at this stage, I believe the main bulk of the points here, it is going to be going to Sebastian, I should say, for his brilliant prediction of 186. Only the 1 run off it as well for that one. So we are going to go here, and we are going to go here as well. First place, it is going to be good old Seb, who has been able to go on and get himself the 1 point. I'm typing like I am 80 at the moment, but it is nice and easy. We have also got there, right, who is next closest? We have got there the Strikers. Wait, Jay changed his. Jay went from, oh no, he's got the Strikers as well. Okay, that makes more sense. Tell you what, he could be right, Jay, for that regard, because he said the Strikers 172, and he did say in the end 179 for the other side. So that's going to be Jay Hayes, who does get himself another couple points here. That like that. And then in third, is it Novmum who's closest? I believe Novmum is 13 off compared to, I believe the next guy's list is Robert, who has been able to get himself the 1 point there as well. But nonetheless, good job, everyone, for those points. Quite a few close ones today as well, which is great to see. And be sure to get in your predictions for the second innings now, ladies and gentlemen. 175 I win as well, and nothing planned. Watching your commentary as well. And the only party I want to go to is a Kiwi Lads party as well. I'm going to go in the Thunder to win as well, says Shannon. So be sure, ladies and gentlemen, be sure to get in those predictions. Now, it's either going to be that you think the Adelaide Strikers will pull up short of the amount that they are going for, or if you think they are going to chase it down, how many balls left will be there as well. And Seb, tell you what, we'll put that up as well. Seb with the 1, Jay with the 2, and Rob with the 3 as well. Tell you what, if your name has 3 letters in it, although it does say Sebastian, other than that, and also Robert. But kind of, it's nice. Nonetheless, at the moment, we are only sitting an hour 15 away from 2022. It's a bit weird. I feel like this year's gone way too quickly. I feel like it's going to take a long time to get used to writing 22 rather than 21. Even though I don't really write down the date, 12 balls left, says Novmum. So the Strikers going big. I'm liking it. As well for that one, I am going to say 177 runs for Sebastian as well. I actually haven't completely decided. They've got a good side. They've got a great side. The Strikers, men can bat in their side. I'm going 169 as well. We'll go with that. Who's opening for the Strikers? And for that one, it is going to be Matt Short and Jake Weatherald as well. And also we've got that. Say the Thunder wins by 24 or 86 runs as well. So is it 24 or is it 86? Shannon, do let me know. And also who's opening for the Strikers and 5 balls left. Says Ellie Hills there for her prediction of what it is going to be. So we will have to wait and see whether or not that will be the case. 170 runs. Oh, Robert's got me just a little bit higher than myself there as well. But it is going to be exciting. Like I mentioned, Matt Short, Jake Weatherall, 2 men who can bat very nicely, and also 165 is the prediction. And Shane Hayes has said 180. So them just missing out there as well. John O'Wells, Matty Renshaw, also in the lineup for the Adelaide Strikers, alongside Tom Kelly, George Garden, Harry Nielsen, Rashid Khan, Daniel Worrell, Peter Siddle, Fawad Ahmed, and 100 plus your favourite number, 169. 100 plus your favourite number, 169 it is as well. Says Sebastian there as well. Hello, Mum. That's great timing, isn't it? How you going? You excited for the new year? Yeah. What's your favourite number? Huh? 14. Okay. It's not 69. Okay. So good. No reason. Nothing. It's some sort of sexual innuendo. Yeah. Yeah. My mum just asked me what 69 is. I don't want to answer that. We have got there. I reckon the Thunder will win by 100 runs as well. Says Shannon there. Also, we have got there. Hey, Kiwi, who do you think will win? I think the Sydney Thunder. Yeah, that's why I've gone red. Also, we've got there. I'll get a coffee. Tell your mum that I'm not that much of a prick as I says Sebastian. And pull up a seat, mum, as well. Says that David. I think she might have been. She heading to bed, or is she up and about? She said she's old, she's going to bed as well. Happy New Year, Hamish's mum as well. Says it Robert there in the chat. She said, Happy New Year, everyone. I don't think this microphone picks it up too well, does it? Do need my other one out, but yeah, she is decided to head to bed. Because that's the thing. Normally there's fireworks half an hour up the road. I know. I still know next to nothing about cricket. I'm such a bad student when it comes to cricket as well, says Katie Dixon. But yeah, pretty much. Yeah, there's normally fireworks around this region, but they've decided not happening this year. So because of that, it does mean that we are just chilling in the lounge. But I don't mind it. I like the lounge. The lounge is nice, safe, not much happening in here. I don't know what I'm like in terms of how many hours behind I am in sleep, but I think it's more than 5 at the moment. Sangi got 91 in that innings, which is absolutely phenomenal. Happy New Year, Donna, as well. Did I remember her name correctly? You did indeed. Katie, you've done well as well there. Tell you what, I told you that a little while ago, so you've got a very good memory. That's for sure. That Davies at the moment sitting on 26 of 12, and then also doing decently, cutting as said 37 of 22, or set 37 of 22. 32. As I know, and yeah, as well. But you're at the stadium as well, says Rob. Oh, yeah, that is true. I'm, of course, at Adelaide Oval. I'm nowhere else other than it's quite loud back there. I'm on my seat up in the commentary box at Adelaide Oval, which is why that's why you can hear this. Why would that be making that noise, though? Yay, the crowd are loud. Second innings, not too far away, ladies and gentlemen. And also New Year, not too far away as well. I've got something planned. He's on the roof as well. Says Robert, and I remember how lovely she was during conversation day as well, says Katie Dixon. And yeah, conversation day, of course, that was actually a few months ago. We need to do that again at some stage. I feel only 3 wickets down for the Sydney Thunder in the end, 187 for 3. And it was just a very good fight back from the Sydney Thunder after not really going at a huge run rate. They had about 30 balls without a boundary. And then all of a sudden they just went bang, 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 which is why the Adelaide Strikers, I feel like they will still have a little bit of confidence in this one. But for them to be able to win this game, I'm just going to let you know, everyone for the Adelaide Strikers hit at least 1-6 and 1-4. That doesn't happen very often. Jilks getting 1 and 1. Ben cutting 3 4s, 2 6s. Sanger 6 4, 6 6s. 1 and 1 for Sam Billings and 1 and 2 for Ollie Davies as well. I think Australia should play Bolland again. I hope they do. Was doing very nicely. And yes, please, let's do that again. That was so much fun as well. Says that Katie Dixon there. So she did a good job, during the Stars game and the BBL when Maxwell got the 100 as well. Says that Robert, and also we'll get there. So I reckon the Thunder will win by 24, 86 or 100 runs against the Strikers as well, says Shannon. So I'm going to have to get one prediction, Shannon. So do let me know, do you want it to be 24, 86 or 100? Do let me know. And also, we got how long to go until New Year's in New Zealand. We have got another hour and 8 minutes left as well. So we're getting closer and closer. By the time that this match is over, we will be watching it in 2022 here in New Zealand as well. And it will be just a little bit away for you guys who are in Australia. South Africa, you're still a little bit further behind, currently sitting in the morning. So you still got a little bit longer of your 2021. So make the most of it. If you have got stuff that you need to do and that you did set yourself the goal to do before the end of 2021, you got like 10 hours. Go make the most of it. 86 runs as well, says Shannon there for the prediction. And also, I think Adelaide will win it within the last ball as well, says Aiden there. Good prediction. We'll have to wait and see how it goes. And of course, as you guys know, it depends on the side of the spectrum that we're on. If it means that, such as Adelaide, this is actually a perfect example. Aiden, do you mind if I put your comment up on the screen as well while I do explain it? Do let me know. But pretty much it is going to be the case of, depending on the result that you pick, is my prediction as well, says Aiden, and Strikers to win with 5 balls left. I think we have got a 5 balls left model as well. Ali Hills did have 5 balls, so you will have to change that just a little bit. Music Kiwi. But pretty much, however it's sitting at the end of the game, such as Aiden here sitting on the perfect, even, I guess you could say, the only way that he gets the points is if it goes in favor of Adelaide. If it does end up going the way of the Thunder, my finger doesn't really bend that way, but that means that that's going to be the wall that has been put up, kind of thing. So pretty much you have to be on the right side of the result so that you can then go on to get yourself the point, if that makes sense. Hopefully that makes sense. Ladies and gentlemen, 4 balls left as well, says it Music Kiwi. So yeah, pretty much this man here in the corner, Aiden, if he does end up getting it right that the Adelaide are going, he's in a good position. That's actually the wrong way compared to the other way. I think I've explained that in a weird way that probably made it even more confusing, but I've worked out the system. Hopefully it works throughout as well. And yeah, this stage we are just waiting for the second innings to get back underway. Adelaide Strikers, Matt Short, Jake Weatherald will be opening the batting for these two. Matty Renshaw, John Wells, and Tom Kelly. Tom Kelly's been phenomenal so far with the bat in hand, and hopefully he does get another opportunity here for himself as well. But at the moment now, it is going to be an ad break. Unfortunately, we do get to see quite a few ads. I've seen so many pizzas, so many burgers, so many fries, so many everything that you want to see that you don't want to see. Strikers to win with 4 balls left as well, says it was there from Music Kiwi. So we have got that prediction in there as well. Yeah, anyone who is new, be sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. It is hugely appreciated for your guys showing your support on these live streams all throughout 2021. Some of you guys were here at the start of the year. Others of you, we have been able to get in the situation of pretty much joining halfway along your moa too, as El says right there in the chat. Oh, it's actually not by my foot anymore. It's in my room. I ended up moving it as well. That's the thing. We have had an ad on the channel, believe it or not, this year. We've actually got more stuff planned for the new year as well. But we will have to wait and see. I am quickly replying to a message. I'm going to be wishing the boys a happy new year as well. George is in Wanaka. Daniel, I believe, is in Waimea, and Isaac is in Christchurch. So all the boys almost in different locations this year. But once we do all get a chance to hang out, we're going to be hopefully playing a bit of golf, going out for a bit of a hit. And also then from there, maybe being able to film that podcast, steaks and burgers and lots of fries. I bring the girls and bring the guys as well. Says Katie Dixon, I wouldn't mind some burgers and fries at this stage. I feel like that would be a nice way to close out the year as well. Definitely because a lot of people, I know that some people, for their New Year's resolutions, they will be saying, right, I want to eat healthier. So now's the best time to get yourself a burger. I feel like that's terrible advice. Don't take my advice, ladies and gentlemen. Definitely if you are hoping to get yourself kickstarted with a new diet plan. But yeah, I feel like that would be quite a good way of doing it. Definitely if you got Uber Eats, it'll be here before midnight. Life advice. Gotta love it. I don't really give the best life advice though, so I wouldn't recommend listening as well. And at least at this stage, it is going to be a big old squid on the screen. We've actually got David Attenborough showing there. I didn't realize that he was still doing his nature documentaries, but he has been doing them for a very, very long time. Yeah, this stage, we are ready to go. Alex Carey, I'm thinking of for the Adelaide Strikers, but he's not actually going to be there for this game. I believe he will be keeping for the next couple of Ashes Test matches. There we go. One of them, it's actually surprising. Normally, I don't get replies straight away for my messages, but they are coming through very, very fast at the moment. But now at this stage, the Adelaide Strikers, they are getting ready to go, making their way out onto the field at Adelaide Oval, the location of the second Test match that we did get to see. We're raring to go. Alex, I keep on saying Alex, but it's not Alex. It is Matt Short, Jake Weatherald, and David Attenborough is still grooving. He is a legend as well. And there says Sebastian also. We've got the hello. Says up Monkey Man as well. Welcome into the live stream. It is going to be Weatherald, like I mentioned. He is going to be the left-hander compared to Matt Short, who just hits a ball so hard. So, like, we've seen him hit so many boundaries in a row in the last little while. So it will be interesting to see how it does go. But anyone who is new, like I mentioned, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. I haven't actually seen how many likes we are sitting on this live stream, but we are only 1 hour and 3 minutes away from the new year. And this year, it is going quick. Oh, and Shane has also put in their Strikers to get it with 6 balls left. So anyone who hasn't already, be sure to get in your predictions. Are they going to get bowled out here, the Adelaide Strikers, or will they end up chasing it down? And if so, how many runs will they end up, or how many balls will they have left in this game as well? But now at this stage, the Sydney Thunder, they've got some good bowlers in their lineup. They've got Chris Green. They've got Daniel Sams. Ben Cutting might even get the ball as well. They've still got Mahmood, and he is going to be one of the keys with that swing that he gets early on. It looks like, compared to Worrell, he swung it around. Sir David Attenborough, he's like 96. Is he actually? Is he 96? He looks like he's about 70. And that's probably even being like harsh as well. He's 95 years old. He's 94. How? That man, like, I know it sounds weird saying that a man who's 95 doesn't age, but I swear he's looked the same for the past, like, 30 years. At the moment, Jake Weatherald, he is going to be raring to go. When he bats second, he has actually scored a lot less runs. He has an average of only 22.86 for himself as well, but nonetheless, he's going to be on strike for this first one. He was on the mic for the first game, or the first innings. He's still going as well. And Strikers will only score 176 as the prediction from Taylor as well. Alrighty. See whether or not you are correct there. Mahmood, though, he has the ability to really swing the ball. He was able to pick up 4 wickets for himself in that kind of first, I guess you could say his first appearance for them. And this, yeah, we're going to go second innings of this matchup, the New Year's Eve Test match. T20, I should say, rather than Test. We have got the Test coming a little bit later on. Mahmood, nice shot there from Alex Carey. Keep on calling him Alex Carey. It's Jake Witherall, though, and Daniel Sam's having a race after that one. Does save it nicely. And it is going to be the 3 runs straight away for Jake Witherall. He seems like he is going to be not messing around at the crease. He can't really, when you do need a total of 188 to get themselves a bash boost point. They actually only need 64. So it is not going to be too tricky, I wouldn't think, for that first stage. But 3 runs straight away for Witherall. They actually need 9.33 runs per over from here on out as well. Well, it's got the indeed. Born before the Second World War as well, 177, says Nathan Sim. I will allow it since we are still in the first over as well. At the moment, we have got Mahmood. And the bowling kit, I was going to say, but it's the same kit as everyone else. They don't really give you a different one for bowling. A little bit lofty, and it is going to be the dot ball there for Mahmood. Like they're saying, he's got change-ups of pace. He's also got a whole heap of swing that he can kind of bring into the table, and he bowls it around that 140, even sometimes getting closer to that 150. I believe the quickest ball we've seen in the last little while was about 148 when he was really ripping it down there. The Yorker is strong from him, and he is a very talented bowler with the change-ups. He is very deceptive, and that is why he is just made for T20 cricket as well. Last hour of the year, our man is doing what he loves, which is streaming as well. Greatest way to end and start the year, says Sebastian. It is indeed. I absolutely love this. And that's the thing, the year that we have had so far, we've had over, I don't even know how many live streams. We've done it well over 100, but it's felt like it's just flown by as well. And I feel like it is that classic situation of that whole thing of if you're doing something that you really enjoy, it doesn't feel like a job or anything like that. And I have just had the best year on YouTube as well. And it is all down to you guys. So I do appreciate every single one of you. And here is to a 2022 to remember as well. I'm going to dink the camera. I'm sorry if it's loud. Wait a minute. I've got the headset, so it doesn't matter. That made the glass look really dirty, but I think it was just that. Uh-oh. I've kind of... Okay, the camera's very wonky now. There we go. Having some beverages, but we're at this stage. The Strikers, it is sitting 4 for none after the first 4 balls of this match. Callum Ferguson, he has to sit in the crowd rather than sitting kind of with the other commentators for this one as well, which seems kind of weird. They're all actually almost wearing shorts, which I feel like cricketers, you don't normally get used to seeing them in shorts just because it's always long pants while they are out on the field. We have got their thing, but for all you do for us, Irish as well, says Katie Dixon, no worries at all. And I wouldn't have done it any other way, I don't think, than what I've done this year as well. Jilk's having a chase after that one, does extremely well to cut it off. And that is already a few runs that they have been able to save for themselves. In fact, that is 3 runs saved so far for the Sydney Thunder with their field. 31% chance for the Adelaide Strikers to be able to go on and win this game. 69% for the Thunder, whereas Sebastian calls it my favorite number as well. Like they said there, when he is in the outfield, Jilks, you know he's going to give 110%. Normally a wicket keeper, so does know how to dive in an efficient manner, I guess I should say as well. And at the moment, there is going to be 1 ball left here of the Mahmood over. Oh, that swung a mile. And that's going to be the end of the over as well. And they are going to be 6 for none after the very first. Jake Witherall just asking Short what that one did. Short's going, I'm not too sure, but it went a mile. So just try and hit that one next time, or else it might end up cleaning up the stumps. 8 at the moment. I would say anything under 8 and over for these first few is going to be done. My bet is on the Strikers as well, says Malcolm. And seeing as we are still very early on, how many balls do you think they will have remaining, Malcolm? As well, do let me know, because we do have our predictions that we do have on the channel as well. One moment, we will quickly go like this, and we will go like this as well, so you guys can see all the rules of the situation, which is pretty much, I know that this one's being broken at the moment because it's after the first ball, but I did allow you guys to predict up to the 3rd over of the first innings. So I feel like I should do the same for the second as well. At the moment, Renshaw, Wells, Tom Kelly, he's going to be coming in at 5, and he has been phenomenal for them so far, like I mentioned a little bit earlier on. Doesn't seem to feel the pressure of being out there. He's got a mask on at the moment by the looks of it as well. Just being cautious with the fact that there are cases popping up in the BBL. Daniel Sams hits that one nicely there was Matt Short, and that's going to be racing away to the boundary there for Matt Short as well. And he has been in a lot of boundaries in his last few matches as well, Matt Short, and he seems to never go at a strike rate less than about 200. He'll just keep on going and going and going. Daniel Sands just gets that line and length a little bit wrong. Short sees the gap as well. I'm a Kiwi. You don't sound Kiwi as well. And there says Malcolm, I am a Kiwi indeed. So I guess born and bred in New Zealand, only been to Australia for like holidays. That's about it as well. But yeah, other than that, just always in Kiwi land, I guess you could say. But at the moment, Daniel Sams, once again, going to be just moving that one across. Maybe it's because I'm listening to Australian commentators and maybe a little bit of the twang starts coming off the tongue for myself as well. But Sam Billings behind the stumps does end up getting that one. And at the moment, 11 runs for the Strikers. Now they do need 64 of their first little while to be able to get themselves that bash boost point, which will be a crucial one because at the moment, these two sides are sitting relatively close in the competition. I'm hoping all of the games tomorrow do take place, but there is a chance that they could be postponed as well. Must be your mic. I'm making it come across as Australian as well. Says Malcolm there in the chat. Yeah, I guess the microphone, it does sound, is this the microphone that makes me sound like I'm like inside of a box? Or is it that microphone that makes me sound like I'm outside of a box? It's one of the two, I believe. But at the moment, Weatherall will be on strike, sitting on 5 runs of 4 deliveries. And looking through at the future fixtures that we have got coming up, the Hobart Hurricanes, they will be taking on the Brisbane Heat. That is at 6 p.m. tomorrow night. And we will be covering that game on the channel as well. The Sixers taking on the Renegades as the later game, and they are actually 3.5 hours apart. So they have been listening, and they've decided that they aren't going to have games overlapping anymore, which is great news for ourselves when we do try and cover all of the BBL games that we can. Weatherall hits that one to the man at cover, and it is going to be the single. His mic is, the mic is pretty good. Sound clear for me as well. And then there says Sebastian. And, you know, I remember I've still actually got it on the floor. I actually use them just as headphones now. But I bought this headset that was supposed to be, like, very good. And I put the microphone in it. I believe it was for a Bunnings NBC rugby live stream. And it sounded like I was, like, underwater in a Pringles can with bad signal. And just everything sounded shocking with it. Like, I don't know what was wrong with it. Like, they're supposed to be good headphones. Like, the sound's all right from them, but just not the microphone. Unfortunately, that's a brilliant shot there from Sean, and it goes down the ground. The first time people ask or hear my husband talk, they always ask where he is from. He was not born in New Zealand as well, says Novmum. Was he born in Australia or was it somewhere else? Novmum, do let me know, but that is a good shot from short. Moves up onto 10 runs off 6 deliveries, 2 fours already. And I actually made this point very clear in the last kind of break that we did have, and that is the fact that every player for the Sydney Thunder, they were able to get themselves a 6 and a 4, at least one of both of those options, and underwater and a Pringles can as well. Says that Katie Dixon there. Sands, good Yorker. That will be the end of the over, and that is going to be 16 for none here. Not Australia as well, says Mum there. Oh, not Australia. Not Australia. Is he from Belgium? I don't know whether I've met anyone from Belgium. And Fiji as well, says Sebastian Grama there in the chat. That's the first time I said your last name in a little while as well, Sebastian. But Mahmood, he is going to be bowling again. They do need 9.56 runs per over. They've got 2 overs of the power surge. English is not his first language, although he doesn't speak much of his native language as well, says Novmum. Close. Oh, okay. Now my geography is going to get tested. So it's a European place, I assume. Netherlands. Is he from the Netherlands? Novmum. Mahmood. It's that one nicely there. We'll burst it away down to third man. And Sandu, I believe that was actually on the field. I wonder whether or not they switched him in for the X Factor player to have that extra bowling option after the 10th. And also, yes, as well, says Novmum there. Wait, Samoa, or I assume it's yes to mine rather than Samoa. Wait, who is close actually now that I think about it? Oh, tell you what, I'm actually confused because Seb did predict it just before and then it was close. And then Samoa and then yes. So is it Samoa or is it the Netherlands? I feel like it's a plot twist here. Mahmood nicely bowled, and it is going to be the dot ball short cover. Nathan McAndrew able to cut that one off. He's very talented with the ball in hand as well. He's actually, him and Tom Rogers, I feel like are 2 bowlers that people don't really think of hugely. And the sides are yes to your answers as well. So he's from the Netherlands as well. That's the thing. My geography's not great, but I can name more flags than I can probably like kind of where countries are, which I feel like is kind of weird, but also at the same time, if you have a flag in front of me, I'll be like, oh yeah, it's that. Rather than if you had a map in front of me and I was like, nah. Not sure. Nicely played once again, and it is going to be the single. So Mahmood still keeping to the way that he has been bowling, which is keeping it nice and pitched up, and also just being able to get that ball to swing late. And also a few cutters. Does it like to offer them up as well? They're still needing around that 10 runs per over at the power play. They will probably, after these last 9 balls, I would say if they can get themselves up to 40, they'll be pretty happy. Definitely with Mahmood, the way that he bowls. Is that a wonton? Looks like some sort of nice food, maybe a dumpling of some sort. Wouldn't mind a few bits of food and a few bits of food. It's a weird way of saying that. Nice country island as well. Have you ever been as well? Says that Sebastian there, and I assume that is to Nov, mum. More than likely. I have not been to Holland if it was to me, though. Furthest away I've been, I think, is Bali in Indonesia or Australia. I think those are my 2 locations. Nicely whipped off the legs. Once again, it's going straight to cutting. It was the mid-wicket trying to cut off that single, and he's been doing a nice job. Wontons sound delicious right now as well, says Katie Dixon. Also, mini spring rolls. I feel like they're another very nice one if you are getting some Chinese food. Oh, we actually tried to get Chinese food the other night, but they were closed, and I was sad. And they're actually our neighbours, fun fact. And I've never been as well. And it says, Nov Mum, yeah, would you like to go to Holland? Nov Mum, do let me know. Is it something, maybe New Year's resolution for the new year? In 49 minutes' time, Mahmood gets that line of length wrong. That's going to be 6 runs, and Matt Short pounces on it. And he had bowled so well up till that point, Mahmood, but just got it a little bit too wrong. And that is going to be the big old shot from Matt Short. So he has kept the streak going of being able to get yourself at least 1-4 and at least 1-6. Jake Weatherald hasn't been able to do either at this stage, but he has hardly had any of the strike. Matt Short just uses the hands, uses the power that he has got. 75 metres that ball travelled. And Mahmood just gets it just a tad off as well. He almost ended up, I think he tried to put that one back a length a little bit more. And also, I had Chinese for lunch as well, says Eliel's there. And also, Katie, contact me on WhatsApp, says Ronnie there in the chat. That's going to be close for Mahmood, and he is given there. Matt Short's gone on 16. I think he actually got 16 last match as well. And also, we have got there, I've been to Amsterdam. I didn't stay away from the red light district, yay me, says Imagine with the GR10. But Mahmood, he will be thinking, yay me. At the moment, he's picked up the wicket. Hi, Kiwi lads. Are you going to do commentary on New Zealand versus Bangladesh? Says Jean-Lou Brand. Hopefully, I pronounced that correctly. I feel like I always get your name just a little bit wrong, don't I? But I am going to be doing a little bit of the match. I won't be doing the full days just because of the amount of talking that I will be doing for the BBL as well. But we will be doing at least 1 session a day of the Bangladesh versus New Zealand game. That's going to be the end of it. Matt Short goes 12 balls faced, 16 runs LBW, and Mahmood was able to pick him up at the end of the 3rd over. At this stage, the Thunder, they were sitting 21 for none. Now, Renshaw, he has got a big task, and he's actually another left-hander, I believe, for the Adelaide Strikers. They've actually got quite a few players as well who do like to go with the left hand rather than the right. And it's actually, who's the brother? Was it Michael or David Hussey that actually switched to being a left-hander because his idol was a left-hander? Do let me know, ladies and gentlemen. One of the Hussey brothers, he went from being right-handed to then switching to left so that he could be like one of the players that he looked up to, which is very tough to do, I would have thought. But he was able to train himself up, and he was able to nail it in the end. Had a very good career at the moment. 800 runs here for Matty Renshaw. Chris Green going to be bowling the final over of the power play. Drags it down a little bit, goes up for the appeal, but it is going to be given as not out. New Zealand should beat Bangladesh easy, as I said, Shane there. And the worst time to lose a wicket wire, as I said, Aiden, yeah. Right before the end, they are actually just showing it, tracking it. Was hit on the stumps. Good call from the umpire. Smashing into middle and leg, and it was going to be the wicket as well. So he pitched that one up just a little bit more than the 6 that was prior. Weatherald hits that one straight down the ground, and they are going to be able to get the single. And now Renshaw will get to face his first delivery of the match as well. But Chris Green, his economy is normally very good, which I believe is why he's decided to bowl himself in the power play. See whether or not... Oh. Tell you what, they might have to have a look at that one as well for Chris Green. I think it might have been missing leg stump and maybe a little bit too much height on that delivery as well. Exertion ball from a Chris Green, and it is going to be Mahmood who feels that one at short, fine leg at the moment. John O'Cook, they've just mentioned his name. I haven't actually heard his name throughout this whole match. or throughout this whole season, to be fair. I don't know what's happened to him in terms of whether or not he is injured or whether they are just not playing him throughout this one as well. But it's not ideal for him, I guess you could say. Well, ball once again by Chris Green. It's looking very slippery on the surface at the moment. He actually ended up slipping over, similar to what we saw from Rashid Khan earlier on. They're showing the ball tracking here. I think it was missing leg stump or just clipping the side of the stumps as well. So it was fair enough that the umpire did give that as not out in that regard as well. But anyone who is new to the channel, be sure to leave a like. We are currently sitting on 40 likes. Let's see whether or not we can push our way towards 50 as well. While New Zealand versus Bangladesh starts at midnight, and Romania won't sleep tonight, it seems. I'll be sure to tune in. Hammered, as says Sebastian. Oh, yeah. Now that I think about it, midnight for you will be pretty much after a couple solid hours of the beverages, I would think, Sebastian. But yes, so that will be a fun opportunity for you. It's going to be a good shot there. Weatherall pierces the gap, and that is going to be his first boundary of the day. And it is very nicely done indeed by Weatherall. He's got the power. He has got the precision as well to be able to go on and get himself a decent one. We're celebrating the new year in the stream as well. Says Isaac Williams, we are indeed, mate. What are you up to at the moment, Isaac? Out of curiosity, I assume you're probably out maybe enjoying the new year, but are you going to be about at 12 o'clock? Do let me know. Hopefully work's going well, because I know that you are going to be working a little bit later on in the week as well. And also, we've got that Happy New Year, Isaac, as I said, Sebastian there. And but now Nathan McAndrew going to be brought into this bowling attack, currently sitting 45 minutes away from the new year. Oh, that's a very nice car. Is that the Bentley of Nathan McAndrew? I believe. And also, over there, I'm out, but I want to go to bed as well, says Isaac there in the chat. I guess, yeah, whereabouts are you going for fireworks somewhere, Isaac? Because I know that fireworks down here were cancelled, I believe. So it does mean we're going to be missing out on them down here. But hopefully you do enjoy your night as well. Enjoy the new year. And what is your New Year's resolution? We've been asking the question to everyone. What are you going for the New Year's resolution, Isaac? Do let me know. And at the moment, McAndrew here is going to be sitting first ball that he bowls as a dot. And that is normally the case with him at GSFU2 as well. There's Isaac there in the chat. And the Bash Boost point, they need 37 runs from 35 balls at only 6.34 and over. It just shows how quickly Sanger was able to turn around this game with the run rate that he was able to go at the moment. The percentages sit as follows. 26% chance that the Adelaide Strikers win. Happy New Year, Isaac, as well. And the chat says Shane, now Nathan McAndrew. Nice shot there from Renshaw out to the man at deep cover, and it will just be cut off for the single. So the power play, it was finished. And it did mean that they did just lose the one wicket, and also sitting around that kind of 29 runs they were able to get in that first four, which isn't too bad. I believe it was very similar for the Sydney Thunder as well, but they were able to go on to get themselves 187 in that regard as well. But at the moment now, Weatherall on strike. He has hit the 1-4. He needs a 6 as well. I hope he does hit a 6, because if they somehow keep the system going of going through every single player, and every single player has been able to go on and hit themselves a 6 and a 4 in this game, yeah, now 5 weeks aren't happening. Happy New Year, Katie and Shane there, as says Isaac. Yeah, so I think a lot of them did get cancelled, didn't they? Unfortunately. So it's going to be interesting to see what we have got coming up for the new year in terms of events and everything along those lines. Hopefully, that's the thing. We've only had one game of the BBL so far that has been cancelled / postponed due to a case, or 7. I think it was actually. There were 4 cases to do with this game, but because they were players, they were able to isolate away from the side. There's going to be a decent shot there in the deep. Did it go all the way for Matty Renshaw? Was it one bounce for? Was it one bounce for there for Renshaw? And he moves up onto 6 runs off 4 deliveries as well. McAndrew, though, he's going to be raring to go. Happy New Year, Isaac, as well, says Robert there. I feel like one of our New Year's resolutions should be to get Isaac on at least 10 videos. I feel like we can do that next time he is down. We'll probably end up filming like 5 in one go, but I feel like that would be a nice goal. Get a few more of the Kiwi lads. Daniel has not been on the channel since 2019, I think it was. So we need to get him back on as well. It's going to be running hard here. Argentina in the deep, trying to cut it off. Great throw there. Almost worth a shout there. The umpire says not out. He is not going to be going upstairs for that one at the moment. McAndrew, at least 10 as well, says Katie Dixon there. And at the chat, and also 151 needed from 91 balls at 10 runs per over. How close was this for Renshaw to get back for the 2 and almost a run out? Tell you what, the umpire was very confident with that one, seeing as it was only about half an inch in it, as though he just got in to the crease. But I would have thought he'd go upstairs for that one, although I think he said, I've seen it as well. At the moment, Matty Renshaw sitting on 8 runs off 5 deliveries. McAndrew, 5 deliveries bowled to this over. Can he close it out with a decent one that's going to be whipped off the legs of Renshaw, but it goes straight out to Sangdu in the deep, sorry. And that is going to be the end of the over. 38 for 1 here after the 5. At the moment, if you times 38 by 2, you get yourself 76. If you times 76 by 2, you get yourself 152, and 152 is not 187. 7. I said it there. I was going so well as well. Did you like the quick maths? For some reason, I think cricket has meant that my quick maths is improving over time as well. But yeah, they actually need 188 to be able to win this game here for the Adelaide Strikers, with a 29% chance of being able to go on to win this one. At the moment, the Adelaide Strikers, their cheerleaders are fired up at the moment. They're just practicing their swimming, just in case it does rain a lot and they do need to swim home. But Arjun now going to get the opportunity with ball in hand. His best of 3 for 12. And that is pretty decent indeed. Off 34 matches, 22 wickets. Hasn't actually had a huge amount of bowling throughout the BBL, but he can get this ball to turn. And if he can get it past Matty Renshaw's bat, might be able to clean up the wickets as well. It looks like he's resetting his field here. He wouldn't have been expecting to play in this game, but I believe with the player out, Sandhu was out due to a positive case. Hiding the ball as well. Arjun near there. It looked like he was trying to keep it a mystery for Matty Renshaw. It's a good throw there from McAndrew, and it is going to be just a single down to the ground as well. But the Thunder at this point in time, it's very even. They were sitting 1 for 40 off the 5.1 overs, and the Strikers are sitting 1 for 39. So it shows that probably that power surge is going to be absolutely massive. 27 runs of 29 balls to get the bash boost point. They should be able to do that with ease if they don't lose any more wickets, or even if they lose just the 1 wicket, they should still be all right. I would like to think it's going to be nicely played by Jake Weatherall there, and it to the leg side, trying to cut it off. No, that knee was not helping out Sangu there. This wasn't quite able to chase it down. You could see the pain on his face as well when he was trying to chase after that one. I'm wondering why you would put a guy in the deep in one of the most popular positions to hit it as well. But the knee just gives out on him. Unfortunately, he wasn't quite able to cut it off. That has gone for the 4 runs. Good shot from it was Weatherall, who has got himself 2 fours so far in this matchup. Misses that ball, though, outside of the off stump. It is going to be the dot ball. 97k, so he was whipping it through there at a decent rate. And I think the surface, it seems to be the quicker that the spinners bowl, the more kind of purchase, I guess you could say, in the surface for it as well. He's hiding the ball behind his back, trying to keep it a secret from Weatherall. Well bowled, and that is going to be out to the cover region. And also we have got their Thunder by 100 runs as well. Shannon there in the chat. Although it is just a little bit too late to change the prediction now, although you did get 3 points for the last one. So congratulations for your prediction on the last live stream. And you were able to get the 3 points early on as well. But the Thunder at this point, they were just 3 runs behind. Arjun still predicting that ball. Trying to make it harder for Matty Renshaw to work out what way it is going to be spinning. That's going to be the single down the ground. McAndrew throws it hard. Good bullet arm. And that is going to be just a single. Arjun going for 7 runs so far of his first 5 balls. The run rate that they do need is still going over the 10. Singer at the moment. Looks like Sanger. Oh, it's going to be hit to the leg side once again, and that will be going in the deep to Daniel Sams. That closes out the over. Decent one from Arjun Only goes for the 8 runs, and it is now going to be 46 for 1. But anyone who is new, sure to leave a like and subscribe. Our like goal on this live stream, we are trying to hit a total of 50 likes on this New Year's Eve one, and we are currently sitting on a total of, once it loads, it's loading. We're sitting on 40 at the moment, so we are getting closer. So if you haven't already, be sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel as well. We have got plenty more BBL, including the Hurricanes versus the Heat tomorrow, alongside, I believe, the second game is going to be the Renegades taking on someone. Who are the Renegades playing? They got a game. It is coming up. I think it's actually The Renegades playing the Stars? No. Oh, the Sixers, sorry. Is that what it is? And also, Ronnie has said, contact me. As on there says Ronnie. Is that to me, Ronnie? And also, we go there. Let's get it to 50 likes, y'all. As well, says Katie. But now, at the moment, it is going to be Brendan Dockett being brought back in as well. Melbourne Stars as well, says Shannon there. And the chat, the Sydney Sixers, they are a dangerous side. And also, we have got there, Garav, welcome back, mate. We have got Garav here. And the chat, hope you have an awesome new year, mate. As Sebastian's got the laughing face, and yes. And there says Rowan as well. Cheers. As well. We're 6 in at the moment. It's going to be up in the air. It is out to cover, and it is going to be cut off for the single once again. There, no, they're going for the 2. There wasn't a 2 there. Sam Billings misses the stumps. He missed the stumps, and because of that, it means that it is going to be safe. He didn't get it. Didn't get it going. Unfortunately for him, Sam Billings, he takes that one, gets the ball in hand, misses the stumps. It would have been out. It would have been out, but he missed it. He just had the feet in the wrong place. And because of it, does end up missing it, and Weatherall will be safe. That is a big mistake from Sam Billings. He will not want to see the replay of that one. Could bring world peace. I truly believe that as well. I think he could. Now he's uniting everyone in these kind of circumstances as well. But Brendan Duckett at the moment, there's going to be 0 wickets, 3 runs off him as well. But I feel like he's got the potential to be able to go on and get himself in a very good position to maybe pick up, I want to say 2 wickets in this game. I don't think he'll get too many more just because he hasn't really had too many opportunities in the last. I was going to say, actually, to be fair, this BBL, he hasn't had too many opportunities. Bowls that one nicely. Matty Renshaw whips it off the legs, and it is going to be taken nicely. As a high sir as well. Says Raj there in the chat. Welcome into the live stream, mate. Hope you are doing well. Hope you have a good new year as well. We are getting closer and closer to the new year. We've only got 34 more minutes here in New Zealand. The Thunder at this point in time, they were sitting 1 for 49, so this game couldn't be any closer between these two sides, or in fact, it could be if it was 1 for 50 there. Let's go there. Hamish, do you have Sky, or do you use the Sky Sport app as well, says Shane? So I am using Sky Go to watch this one, and the reason behind that is so that I can hear the audio, so that I can hear if there's any like edges or anything like that as well, kind of in my eardrums. But then on Spark Sport, I do actually have the kind of Spark Sport app as well on this as well. And Shannon starts playing Sunday as well. And there says Robert, Shannon starts play Sunday as well. Who is Shannon? Shannon starts play Shannon. Who is Shannon? Shannon. I'm trying to think of who Shannon is. You might have to fill me in a little bit more, Robert, in terms of who Shannon is. It's going to be pitched up once again by Dockett, but it is whipped off the legs. That's going away to the boundary. Great shot from Renshaw. Times it beautifully. And now that moves him up to 16 runs off 10 deliveries. Now that's very similar to what we saw Matt Short on, but in the end, he did end up losing his wicket at the last moment as well. Like I mentioned, anyone who is new to the channel, Shannon Humphries in there for the Melbourne Stars as well for when they get to play next. As I was confused for a second. I was thinking Shannon Frizzell. No. Shannon. Who's Shannon? Shannon Gabriel, I was thinking as well for the West Indies and Stars. Shannon above said Melbourne Stars as well. And Duckett, a good talent bowler as well. Your opinion? I think he's very good. As well, he doesn't really get too many opportunities for the Sydney Thunder. So because of those players being out, it does mean that now he gets to try and, I guess, give himself a few more seasons or a few more games at least this season. Pitched up once again. Good straight drive there from Renshaw. Almost a classic test match shot, and that's going to be racing away to the boundary. Maybe he's trying to put up his name on terms of those people who might be able to replace Travis Head. It's a very nice shot indeed, and that is going to be the end of the over, an expensive one, and it's going to be 59 for 1 here for the Adelaide Strikers. 129 needed off 78 balls, I believe, for the power surge. They only need themselves another 5 runs or so here to be able to move on and get themselves that bash boost point. 66 is that number, my apologies. So that means that they do still need another 7 runs. And what's your prediction looking like? Or what's the prediction looking like, Amish, as well, says Aiden? So it's 42% likely that the Adelaide Strikers will be able to go on to win this game. And then he's 7 runs needed off 18 deliveries. So that is quite a few as well. And also I'd go Mitch Marsh. Yeah, I feel like Mitch Marsh is definitely the front runner in this situation. Nice shot there from Weatherall. Hits it to the leg side. It is looking almost best in that gap between Sams and Sanger. That's going to be better from him as well. Is it going to be the run out? No, once again, the umpires, they seem very confident in the decisions that they are making at the moment, which is good to see because of the fact that sometimes we do have ones go upstairs where they're about that far out of the crease or that far into the crease, and they kind of still go upstairs for them as well. But we're actually only sitting 30 minutes away from 2022, ladies and gentlemen. He was safe there. Was indeed grounded. So he is going to be all right. But anyone who is new, be sure to leave that like on this live stream as well. 7.1 overs down the bash boost point. To get it, they need 5 runs off 17 deliveries. Chris Green now taking the deep breath. Trying to get this one right up there. It's a nice off-spin delivery, and it is a dot ball. And that is a very crucial dot ball for the Thunder. Actually bowling 104 there. And Doggett today, 4 wicket, taking chance high as well. Says Raj, I gave him 2 wickets a little bit earlier on. But I feel like that's the thing. If he finds his momentum, 4 could happen for him. And they want the 2. No, they turn it down in the end. And that is just going to be the 1 run. Renshaw now back on strike. 2 left-handers at the crease here. Weatherald and Renshaw putting together a good partnership for themselves as well. Like I mentioned, I feel like the next 15 balls are pretty much just try and get as many runs as physically possible before the power surge, and then take it straight away and push yourselves towards a winning position in this game. They don't want to leave it too late. It's going to be nicely done by Matty Renshaw. Once again, it's it down the ground, and Daniel Sams cuts it off for the single, but you don't want to end up losing that big wicket just before the power surge. So if they can end up getting through here, getting a couple more boundaries in each of these overs, like they need still 10 and over to be able to win here. And also we've got the thumbs up from Raj as well. Chris Green at the moment sitting on 10 runs off 1.4 overs. Drags that one down a little bit, but it's going straight down the ground, and it is going to be once again another single. They won't be minding this too much, the Sydney Thunder. And hey, mate, happy New Year's Eve as well, says James Gordon, right back at you, mate. Hope you do enjoy the rest of the year and also 2022 as well, which is only 29 minutes away. So it is getting closer and closer, but we've got plenty more videos coming on the Kiwi Lads channel. Also, I want to get the Kiwi Lads Sport back up and running. Kiwi Lads Gaming, all of the Kiwi Lads ones we are going to have running in the new year as well. So be sure to stick around for those other ones, including more videos that are just completely random with myself, George, Isaac, and Daniel as well. That will be the end of the over. It's a good one from Chris Green, and it is going to be 1 for 65. Now they need 1 run off 12 balls to get themselves the bash boost point. And happy New Year's. Just played backyard cricket and got bowled out for 90 as well, says DJ. Oh, okay, backyard cricket. I feel like I'm not too familiar with in terms of what is a good score, because we never actually did runs for our backyard. We never really had enough people. Is 90 a good score for backyard cricket, or is it a bad score for backyard cricket? DJ, do let me know. But my team that I was on for the South Canterbury side of it, I mentioned it yesterday. If we won the toss, we want to have a bowl. And the reason behind that is because, or else we would end up in a situation. They're just showing Callum Ferguson there snacking on some chips at the ground. Okay, score as well, says DJ, and I'll say advance happy New Year, dude, as well, says Raj, right back at you, mate. And yeah, hopefully it is going to be a good year, 2022. And Nathan McAndrew now set across for Renshaw. Once again, just a single though. My cousins are coming over tomorrow because we're going to throw a big party at my house for my little cousin's birthday. She will be turning 6. As I said, James Gordon, I hit a 6 over the roof into the neighbours, and it went 51 metres. I'm only like 10, so that was massive as well. Tell you what, 51's a good hit. That was short. Tell you what, some short boundaries, that would almost go all the way if you were going for that square leg boundary. Was it like straight down the ground, or was it mid-wicket way? TJ, do let me know. I feel like we always had the situation of it was that onside drive that would go down the driveway for us, and then like cover would end up going towards sheds and whatnot. That's going to be almost a cover drive, but it's going to backward point. And the deep Mahmood is able to cut it off once again. Cal corner as well, says DJ. Yeah, I feel like that's a very popular spot for backyard cricket. Just the straight up, just hit it across mid-wicket way. Is it if you hit it into the neighbours or over the roof of the neighbour's house, does it mean that it is going to be 6 or you said you hit a 6, so it's not considered 6 and out, is it? Or is it just considered as a 6? And if you can find the ball, it is all right. I think there are different rules, isn't there? And I'm just watching my little brother playing GTA as well. And there says James Gordon, but now it is going to be Nathan McAndrew. Strikers, they have the bash boost point. That's a little bit wide and had a little bit of a late curve as well. And at the moment, oh, oh. Okay, like they're saying there, having Rashid Khan and also having Fawad Ahmed, as well, we just have Bushes as well, because it's a holiday house as well, says TJ there, and also not out because we don't have fences. As on how much points am I in total as well, says Shannon. So you are sitting on 3 points at the moment, Shannon. I've seen highlights of the BBL games. The ball have gone out of the ground or on the roof as well. That's going to be a little bit uppish. Once again, fielded all, a little bit of a misfield from Daniel Sams. And it does mean that they do get back for the 2. Did they run 2? Did they just get 1 there? I think they got 2 there. And Renshaw is now once again going to be on strike for this next couple balls. The power surge, I'm going to say they take it straight away. I feel like you've got to. When you build a momentum like this, you're currently still going to need a lot more runs to be able to chase it down. How many points am I on as well? Says that TJ there. I don't believe you have any points at this stage, TJ, from the prediction, but pretty much what we do is anytime it is just before the start of an innings, if you get your prediction in of how many runs they will be able to get for themselves, you can get yourself some points on the board as well. That's off the edge, is it? They're appealing. No, he ended up hitting it. I think he hit the ground there, Renshaw, actually. And Dan Christian and Chris Lynn have conquered the Gabba with their 6s as well, or their strikes, says Sebastian. Yes, some big shots indeed. The 6s sitting top of the table at the moment. Speaking of Dan Christian, he is sitting on 21 alongside his 6s teammates. Scorchers, they are sitting on 21 as well, but the net run rate just a little bit better for the 6s. The Hurricanes sitting on 17, Thunder on 13, Heat and the Stars both on 10, and then the Strikers are sitting on 8. So this is almost a must-win for the Strikers. Definitely with the unpredictability. Oh, Sam Billings, I think he was about to ask the question of whether or not it would be the wide, and also how does the power surge work as well, says Shane. So pretty much it is 2 overs that the batsmen do get to choose when they want to have it, where they can only have 2 fielders outside of the ring. So similar to the power play, but it is half the length as well. So like they're saying, he can hit that easily. And it has been called as a wide, which is pretty harsh, but Sam Billings still needs to try and stop that one behind the stumps because it is going to be considered 5 wides now rather than just the 4 wides as well. I wish I had a straight forest at my house so we can go mountain biking as well, says James Gordon. Also, by the way, Sean Abbott, run-in wicket leader. How rare is that? As I said, Sebastian, yeah. I mean, Sean Abbott at the moment, like the way that he was going in that game last night was absolutely phenomenal. And then it was also Wildermouth for the Brisbane Heat. Oh, sorry, that was 2 days ago, wasn't it? It's a good shot from Renshaw. Cut off in the deep by Jason Sanger with the throwback in, and it is going to be safe. He run between the wickets, so they are now sitting on 1 for 77 here for the Strikers. And also, Shane, did you see that one where Chris Lynn hit it out of the ground in Canberra as well, says Robert. But yeah, there were standout performers in that game for the Sydney Sixers and the Brisbane Heat. There were a few players who didn't do too well, but then the rest of them, like, that's a thing. Very nicely done by the Brisbane Heat to be able to get that 105, because it didn't look like it was too easy to bat on there. And then the Sixers went out there and only just getting it as well. It's going to be a dot ball to close out the over, and that is going to make it 1 for 77 of the 9 overs. Now, yes, amazing hits, Robert, as well, says Shane. At the moment, 111 needed of 67 balls to be able to go on and win this one. We are 22 minutes away from 2022, which is a little bit trippy, I guess you could say, as well. But it is going to be now Jake Weatherald who will be on strike, sitting on 24 balls faced, 28 runs for himself as well. I'm quickly going to do some maths. He has not hit a 6 yet, but every player in this game has hit a boundary so far. All of the Sydney Thunder and all of the other ones as well. At the moment, the Blue Brigade, I'm not too sure what they're called actually in the crowd, but they have got the men and the women who are wearing blue at the moment celebrating the Adelaide Strikers. And also, yeah, it was a Shield game. Hamish ball landed in the car park at the stadium as well, says Robert there. Chris Green at the moment, economy of only the 6 runs, needs a good one here to be able to put the pressure back on the Strikers. It's going to be a good Yorker from Chris Green. And out there to cover point, and that is going to be the single. We have got there. Did he mess up someone's car as well? And there says Sebastian, also the best, says Xav Mills in the chat. At the moment, the run rate, that's the thing, even with the way that they are going at the moment, they're 17 runs ahead of what the Thunder were, but they still need a way of going at 10 and over. Nicely done by Ben Cunning, and it is going to be the dot ball. At the moment, the partnership sitting on 55 runs or 40 balls as well for these two siders looking like. If they can do the same thing as what Sanger and the youngster Ollie, I believe his name was Ollie Davies. I couldn't even remember the last name there. But he is going to be one to watch out for in the future as well here for the Sydney Thunder we have got there. I'll see if I can find the video, Seb, as well, or find the first video. Or sorry, see if I can find video, Seb, as well there, says Robert. But now at the moment, it's going to be Jake Weatherald sitting on 29 of 25 deliveries. Pitched up nicely by Cam Green. Once again, slipping on the surface. And no one really able to find any grip so far. Now, 2 for 63 is where the Thunder were sitting at this point in time after 9.4 overs as well. They did end up with 65 in the end, so they did get 2 more runs. But here, the Strikers, if they get a boundary here very soon, they'll be pretty happy with that. A little bit leg side-ish. Renshaw hits it straight to the man there, Mahmood. Oh, it's good work there from Billings. It was not an easy take for him as well. But with the fact that both of these men are sitting on 30 runs, they need to make sure that they do take the power surge. I feel like as soon as they lose a wicket, that's going to change the momentum of this game. But the Strikers at the moment, they are breezing, sitting on 45% chance of winning this one. But a wicket will change everything here for the men wearing the blue at the Adelaide Oval. Chris Green pitches it up. It is going to be well bowled. That will be the end of a very good over there from Chris Green. Only going for the 4 runs as well. The ball lands on the windshield. It absolutely shatters it. Not a nice surprise when the game finishes and you find your car covered in shards as well, says Sebastian. I feel like the worst thing about that would be that someone would see that, and rather than being like, oh, that's not ideal, they'll probably be like, what have they got in the glove box? Because I feel like that is the mindset of some people. They go, oh, sweet, freebies. Oh, yeah, I've got there. Do you think anyone could hit the ball out of the MCG? Says Shane Hayes. Oh, that would be, how far would it be? 120-meter hit or something like that? Who knows? Maybe one day we will get to see. In fact, it would be even more than 120, wouldn't it? At the moment, they are just showing the Olympics, Winter Olympics, that is. It is going to be coming up very soon. Who knows? Maybe we cover a little bit of that on the Kiwi Lads Sport channel as well. The liquid is gone, ladies and gentlemen. It was water, I swear. But at this stage now, it is going to once again be the Adelaide Strikers who are just behind in terms of the percentage, but they're not a mile off. 54% chance that the Sydney Thunder go on to win this one. I believe I said that the Adelaide Strikers would get themselves 169 here for the chase. And at the moment, unless they lose a couple wickets, it's looking like they will be able to get themselves just a few more in that regard. But Matthew Short, the only wicket falling here for the Strikers in the end, it was unfortunately for him the 16 runs off 12 deliveries. He was able to get himself 2 4s and 1 6 as well. So he actually got all of his runs almost off boundaries, only the 2 other runs. And dog it on. I'll wait and watch, dude, as well. Says Raj there. Yeah, we will have to wait and see whether or not he does get himself one. Gaurav is back, mate. Welcome into the live stream, mate. Hope you are doing well. And he has set out. He is predicting a wicket to be coming very soon. So we will have to wait and see whether or not he will be right. And this one, if he is, I might put his message up on the screen. You know, just for fun. It is almost the new year as well. But at the moment now, Dockett, see the one bowling, or is it Arjun near that they're giving the ball to? It looks like they are going to be taking the power surge. Good call there from the Adelaide Strikers. Anyone who hasn't already, be sure to leave a like on this live stream. We're currently sitting on 42. We are 8 away from our light goal target. Before the new year, we have also got that we need to place a fielder or 2 outside, or you need to place a fielder or 2 outside of the stadium as well when you play against Chris Lynn. Says Sebastian there. You definitely do, but it is going to be Mahmood rather than Doggett who will be getting the bowl here. And it is the power surge. So maybe it would have been Dockett if they did go for it when it wasn't the power surge, but they've decided instead that it is going to be Renshaw facing off against Mahmood. It's very good with the new ball in hand, and also very good when it comes to being able to bowl to a field. He had one mistake in that last over. It went for 6 when he did end up getting it just a little bit too leg side-ish up against Matt Short. But other than that, I love BBL. So many big hits as well. There are indeed. It is an awesome competition to follow along with. And a lot of the games, such as the Brisbane Heat versus Sydney Sixers, you never know what way it's going to go until the end of it as well. But Mahmood here, if he can get a wicket, this changes the game. It is going to be hit down the ground. And they are going to be able to get the single there. Ben Cutting, a little bit of a misfield, but he does get back up and is able to cut it off. But yeah, pretty much this over and also the next one. If you're caught outside of the stadium and you're out for the next game as well, says Sebastian there. I mean, you could possibly try pitching it to the cricket community, see how they'd feel about it as well. But they are showing the Australia versus England 4th test. It will be beginning next Wednesday. So it will be interesting to see how that goes. I know that it is going to be the Sydney SCG that will get to host it, and maybe there's a bit of rain on the cards for the Sydney test match. A little bit wide there. Weatherall tries to get all of it. Doesn't get a lot of it, though. And that is going to be falling safe, and they do get through for the single. Mahmood, though, does seem to have that ability of, even though he pitches the ball up, he doesn't pitch it up at a hit-me length. He does make it kind of a little bit dragged back, which does mean that you can end up kind of sneaking it out there for the possible catching opportunity on the ring. But Mahmood, at the moment, like I mentioned, he came into the BBL, got 4 wickets in his first game. Ever since then, he has been one of the bowlers for the Thunder who they have not been playing games without. And this game is going to be no different for Renshaw on strike. It's in the slot there, though. It's going out into the deep. There's no one out there. And Renshaw ends up hitting it. Did it go for 6 or was it just the 4 there? It is the 4 once again. One bounce for Matty Renshaw. And what was a very solid shot. The Adelaide Strikers 51% chance now of being able to go on and win this game. A little bit too leg side-ish from Mahmood. And it is the 1 bounce for. And like they say, Mahmood, he doesn't normally get his line wrong. But that one was. And it does end up going away to the leg side boundary out mid-wicket way. And now Renshaw, he will be feeling a lot of confidence here, sitting on 34 of 23 as well. Going to be a good ball from Mahmood, and it is the dot we have got there. Can England improve or get worse, as I says Shane? And I know that this is going to sound harsh, but I don't see them being able to go too much worse than like times in that last test match. And I feel like that sounds extremely mean in some regards, but it is just a case of if they can build those partnerships. Like, I feel like the SCG, we've seen already, it's a bowler surface. So if they can get their bowling line and length right, Rob posted something on the Discord as well. I believe that will be the Chrisland 6, if I'm not wrong. Well, that one, and also we have got there. Let's go, Adelaide. Let's go. What's the prediction now? It is sitting at a total of, that's a brilliant shot. Misfield from Sams, and it does race away to the boundary. So now the Adelaide Strikers, with that one being misfielded by Sams, it does go up to 51% chance of the Strikers to be able to go on and win this game as well, but it is nicely played. Oh, it just ends up almost hitting the knee of Daniel Sams, I believe it was. Just racing away. Daniel Sams gets a little bit, I think he overran it a little bit. Happy New Year Eve as well, says Shadow there in the chat. So welcome into the live stream, mate. Happy New Year's Eve to you too. At this stage, 13 minutes away for us in New Zealand from hitting 2022. Which is going to be an interesting one. That's going to be going straight up in the air from Renshaw. Didn't get a lot of it, but gets not quite enough. Cameron Green takes the catch, and that is a big wicket there for Renshaw gone, and it's a Lynn 6. That clip never gets old as well, says Sebastian. And while we're at it, I'm going to quickly click on it and see whether or not I can now look at it while we are waiting for this one as well. Chris Lynn here. The uploader has made this video. This uploader has not made this video available in your country. Interesting. It's not available in my country for cricket.com.au, apparently. I have to put on my VPN later, I guess. Happy New Year for 13 minutes. It's 2022, so close as well. Says Shane, yeah, it's getting very close. Matty Renshaw, 38 of 26 deliveries. Decent innings from him. He does lose it, and now it is going to be 2 wickets down for 91. The Thunder at this point were only sitting 2 for 68. And also, they must have been taken down on YouTube, but you knew he belted one out of the Gabba to beat McCullum's biggest 6 of the Gabba as well. Says that Robert there. But now at this stage, it is going to be Weatherall sitting on 31 of 28. He's going to have to be the set batsman here. But Wells is also going to be out there alongside him. And also, we have got there. I had the same issue there, Hamish, as well. Says Ali Hills for trying to check it out. So maybe it's only available in Australia. And also, we have got there, Hamish, you should put it on your channel. Or channel 1, the movie about cats as well. You should have put it on your channel 1, the movie about cats. Which movie are we talking about? Music Kiwi, as in like Cats the musical. In case you still believe that Aussies and Kiwis like each other, there's your answer as well, says Sebastian there in the chat as well. But Daniel Sands, now he went for 10 off his first over. He is bowling the next one of the power surge, glided there by Wells, goes straight through the gap, and that is going to be 4 runs for Wells, and he's got a strike rate of 400 now. Ladies and gentlemen, Daniel Sams, he can't believe it. So I just got that line and length a little bit wrong, opening up the arms of Wells. And also I can play it in Romania as well, says Sebastian. So maybe I need myself a Romanian VPN as well while I'm at it. Set my location to Romania. You guys seem to get some good stuff over there. You got the Premiership rugby as well, don't you, Sebastian? If I'm not wrong. Or the French rugby. Is it French or Premiership, or is it both? Perhaps as well. But now at the moment, it is going to be Wells. Any width, he is going to make you pay, and that is exactly what he's able to do. I don't know what it's called, but I'm watching the movie on Channel 1 as well. It says Music Kiwi there. One moment. We will have a look. Channel 1. I realise I don't actually have one moment. We go there. TV guide. We'll find out what's on Channel 1 at the moment. One of the movies. What do we got? What do we got on TVNZ1? TV Now guide. What's on TV? Here you go, TV1. It is Cats. It is the film Cats. It's very creepy as well. And there says Music Kiwi. I thought that when you said about the movie about Cats, I thought it might have been Die Hard's on Channel 2. And also, Fiddler on the Roof is on Māori television. I had to double check that just for a second. And now it is going to be there. 11.2. Straight up in the air from a Jake Weatherald. He hasn't got all of it. It's going to be the wicket, and he is the other set batsman now gone for them as well. Do you watch the French top 14 rugby as well, says Shane? I do try and watch as many games as I can. And also, we have got the eyebrow. I'm very sad. What are you said? Ryan, do let us know. At the moment, back-to-back wickets in the power surge for the Sydney Thunder. And that is something that, I said that they should take the, I said that they should take the power surge, but it seems like I might have been wrong. Although I didn't expect them to try and hit it in the air as our humans dressed as cat shark. Big old yawn there, but Daniel Sams in this over, he's picked up the wicket of Weatherald. And then on the last over, I believe it was Mahmood, was able to pick up the wicket of Matty Renshaw. But at the moment, only 9 minutes till it's 2022. Can Tom Kelly continue into 2002 like he did in 2021 and score himself quite a few runs here in the Big Bash? And also no sad, only happy, no tear, and only smile as well. 9 minutes, says that Shane there. And the chat as well. But anyone who is new, be sure to leave a like on this live stream. We are still 8 away from being able to tick over to the 50. So if you haven't already, be sure to leave that like. Also subscribe, because we are going to be back with plenty more Big Bash as well. I'm happy 2021 can suck it as well. Says up Music Kiwi there. And also we have got there the fireworks from Katie Dixon. It's getting closer and closer. I've actually got something planned that hopefully won't set off any fire alarms or anything like that. Nice slow ball there from Daniel Sams. Nicely played. And that is going to be just the dot ball. Or just a single, I should say, as well. They're showing there the hang time of the Weatherall shot. It went straight up, straight down, taken by Chris Green, who's actually taken both catches in the last little while as well, including Weatherall and also including it was Matty Renshaw. And at the moment, the Thunder, they were sitting 2 wickets down, 75 run, and because Brisbane Heat don't have Tom Abel as well. Oh, why don't they have Abel? Ryan, do let me know. Is he a positive case, or has he actually gone into the England camp? Do let me know. And also, we have got the 8 more minutes, says Music Kiwi. I'm starting to yawn all the time at the moment. Yeah, for some reason. But I feel like with it being 8 minutes away, we're going to crack open the slightly rougher stuff, I guess you could say. You got some cheap Chinese fireworks that you set them off as well. That's gone straight up in the air from John O'Wells, but it is going to be clearing the field nicely. And all misfield from McAndrew, but a spin on that ball, and it is going to be fielded nicely. 7 now off for a bit. See you next year. Sale says Nov Mum there in the chat as well. And yeah, I feel like we're going to get to see quite a few of those jokes as soon as we get over, but I do have the hard stuff here. A nice can of Fanta, a soft drink. It's about as hard of stuff as I've had on a live stream. Also, who will replace Tom Abel, bro? I hope Brisbane Heat have Muhammad Amir tomorrow. So, yeah, hopefully they do have someone good in the replacement. I suck at opening cans. Here we go. We will go like that, and we will go like that. Hamish got sparklers as well. There says Katie Dixon. This can, it's very cold, and it's dripping on my pants. At the moment, it is going to be Tom Kelly on strike. No, sorry, it's actually going to be Wells on strike here for the next little while. 87 runs needed off 48 balls. Did that make any of you very concerned that I wasn't looking? I've measured this many times and know exactly how much it takes to fill up the glass. How many of you just had an overwhelming urge to shout out, Hamish, please look at the glass? Cheers. Also, we have got there Yeah, see you next week, people in the chat as well. And what do you think, bro? And yes, I was very concerned as says Katie Dixon. Nice shot. It's actually Jason Sanger who's been brought into the bowling attack. I really wish there wasn't water on the bottom of that can because now my pants are wet. I'm just going to leave that comment out there. At the moment, 11:54 p.m., ladies and gentlemen, 2022. No, I trust you, big boy. Yes, it's music here in the chat. I think that's one of the first times I've ever been called big boy. And I have to say I'm not used to it. As for sure, it's going to be hit straight back down the ground, and Sanger does once again end up bowling a very effective ball. I guess you could say they currently need 11.2 runs for over. Cold bourbon for me as well. You poured that like you really knew what you were doing as well, says Sebastian there. It was more, that's in the air. That's a wicket as well. And that is going to be another one down for the Adelaide Strikers. Jason Sanger, he got himself 90 runs with the bat, and now he's gone on to get himself a wicket as well. And also we have got the LMAO, and they're from Music Kiwi, but Jason Sanger doing nice for his side, and that is going to be the fourth wicket down. It is Tom Kelly, a man who we don't normally see, dismissed early on outside of off stump, and that is now going to be the wicket. Sanger, he loves it as well. He is hyped up, and that is going to be another one down. 15% chance now for the Adelaide Strikers to be able to go on to win this match. It's not going to be easy. Another one bites the dust. As well, says Sebastian, perhaps this game will be over before the end of 2000. No, surely they can't lose 5 wickets in 5 minutes. If they did, that would be very impressive for all the wrong reasons. But Garton now making his way out to the crease and have a cup of water for my New Year's. This is my exercising year, baby, as well, says Music Kiwi. That's why I'm trying to finish my Fanta before midnight, because I feel like I'm going to be a little bit healthier next year as well. Cheers. It's very fizzy. I can't scull things very well. I always end up messing it up and end up choking. And then everyone laughs at me. And by everyone, I mean my parents. It's Sanger here, side of the All-Star, and this time next year, I have abs as well, says that Music Kiwi there. So it is a good goal for the New Year's resolution, that is for sure. At the moment, that's going to be another single. Garden does end up moving up onto 1 off 1, and Wells currently sitting on 10 off 5. He was able to hit himself a couple boundaries, and unfortunately, the only player to not hit a boundary in this match has been Tom Kelly. Everyone else has got themselves at least one as well, and also low average as well. And there are also 3 more minutes. Says that Music Kiwi. That's going to be nicely played. And that is going to be the dot ball. Still got half a glass left. I didn't think this through. I didn't give myself much time to drink this. Sanger now once again. And off to the side. A little bit of a misfield. And it is just going to be the single. They need 84 runs here off 42 balls. So they do need to go at 12 runs and over. 2022, the year of the abs as well. And there says Katie Dixon, maybe the year of the ABs could be another one. Damn right, Katie, year of the abs. As well says Music Kiwi. Do I have abs? No, I don't. I've got a belly, a small belly, but it's still there, I guess. It's good for resting things on. You know, if I wanted to put my glass here, I'm not going to try that, but I possibly could sit it there. Probably wouldn't go well, though. I really regret doing that. I should have started that about half an hour ago and then just slowly ticked my way through it, you know? And also, I love it, all of you as well. And there says Music Kiwi. Yeah, the moment getting very, very close to the new year. This year wouldn't have been what it was without you guys here in the chat, every single live stream. So I appreciate every single one of you. And I hope to see you all for 2022 New Zealand. It's very close now, as I see, Shane. We are indeed 2 minutes. And then it will tick over to 2022. It's going to be weird. Going to be a weird year. Probably, let's just hope it's not as weird as the last as well. Now it is going to be Duckett there. Hitting that ball nicely out there by John O'Wells and fielded by Daniel Sams in the deep for just a single. Once again, there's been quite a few singles in the last little while, and because of that, it does mean that it is ticking over to being relatively close to the new year. We have got the I Love You All too as well in there from Katie Dixon. And also 1 minutes as well. Yeah, we are getting extremely close at the moment to the new year in New Zealand. Everyone who's like sitting in Australia is like, mate, you still got two more hours. What are you doing? Definitely Adelaide. Adelaide are a weird time, aren't they? So they're actually 2.5 hours behind us, if I'm not wrong. The moment now, Duggett going to be charging in outside of the off stump, and it's going to be left alone. And best year, best us, 2022 as well. Says that Katie Dixon there. But yeah, at this stage, Duggett on as well. He is indeed. And here we go. Says that Music Kiwi. At the moment, it's going to be brought up. And a quiz question, who knows? No, probably not. But it will be who is bowling to Garton on New Year's Eve. And it will be, the answer to that one is actually going to be Duggett. Whoops, I just slammed on my keyboard, but it is 2022 now. Ladies and gentlemen, that's going to start with a wide. I have got one of these things. Decided that I'll put it on my head. Be all celebratory. We've got a couple of these as well. That wasn't supposed to happen. That was supposed to... I love my parents. That was loud. That smells bad. Happy New Year to New Zealanders. There's no beating around the bush as well. But at the moment, good Yorker bowl by Duggett. And there are so many fireworks around here as well. And also have a great year, guys, as well. Yeah, wishing you all a whole week of positive thoughts for 2022, whether it is health, whether it is wealth, whether it is love, or whether it is happiness. Hopefully all of you guys do have a great 2022. It smells really bad in here at the moment, I'll be honest. I'm regretting it. These things, though, these are cool. Only problem is they are actually green. So because of that, it does mean that you can't actually see them. There's a green screen. Didn't think that one through as well. But now big full toss for Duggett there. And also we have got there. I love my parents. Says Katie Dixon there. Oh, it smells really bad in here now as well. But this one was a bit of a malfunction. Ended up yanking it out the bottom. Unfortunate. And also we have got there. And the chat, Happy New Year to New Zealand as well, says no betting around the bush. But yeah, hopefully you guys will enjoy your 2022. If you are in New Zealand, if you are not in New Zealand, you got to wait another couple hours, but then you will get to enjoy your 2022 as well. Nice shot there from Garton. And it is going to be going away to the leg side. That's going to be the end of the over. And also we've got there the New Zealand flags from Sebastian as well. There's still one ball left of this over. It was an unorthodox one, I'll admit it. Yeah, you guys can't really see these, but pretty much they're a couple thingies on. they go fast as well with the little light up lights as well. This just looks like I'm wearing a tiara, doesn't it? I didn't think this through too well. And Garav has set out instead. It is going to be 4 runs by the looks of it there for Garav. But I'm glad you're here for the new year, Garav. I hope you are doing well, mate. And also, I love your hat as well, says Mr. Kiwi. Thank you very much. Happy New Zealand or New Year, New Zealand as well. And there, and also, hi, Nepal. And there says Amali, welcome into the live stream, mate. I hope you are doing well. Anyone who is new, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. They are going to need a total of 77 runs of 36 deliveries to be able to go on to win this game. But yeah, if you guys are new. Oh, Sebastian. That actually didn't. So your one where you said Happy New Year, Kiwi Lads family, it was actually a special message. One moment. Where is it? I'm going to look for it. Does it not pop up on mine? Have a great year, guys. One moment. I am confused here as well. Interesting. You've got your special message in, Sebastian. But it didn't actually come up in my live stream chat. And also, yeah, very masculine headwear as well. Says Sebastian. Also, yes, out. Yes, we are out of 2021 as well. Bruh, 2022 feels the same as 2021. Yeah, pretty much. I don't think it will change too much till the next little while, but be sure to stick out your New Year's resolutions, ladies and gentlemen. Chris Green, he'll be trying to get himself a wicket very soon here as well. But nonetheless, if you haven't already, we are 6 likes away from being able to hit the like goal of 50. So if you do want to help us out, you are celebrating the new year very shortly. Be sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. And Happy New Year, amazing people as well, says Hamish. No, that's not me. That was you from Music Kiwi. I guess I did say it because I did end up reading it out. That Fanta's going straight to the brain. Doggett, 2 overs complete, no wicket as well. And also we have got there, Sydney will win as well. It's just good off. I feel like a proud parent at the moment. Sydney will win from Gurov as well. They're looking good in this match. The Sydney Thunder, it is going to be 13.59 needed in each over as well. And we have got there, let's fly to Aussie to get back to 2021. I want to go back as yes, I used the member milestone comment or something like that as well. There's a mention on McCarty Talks as well. There's a mention that I want to go back into the chat. And I was Happy New Year to you. When it comes around, going to be a bit of a misfield there from Cutting, but he is able to cut it off well enough to keep it adjusted to us. Happy New Year as well. Says Amali there into the chat as well. But Chris Green at the moment. Oh, it's a big old sweep shot. Tell you what, Sam Billings almost got cleaned up by that one. It's a New Year miracle as well. Says Ambition, it is indeed. And also, I hope you have a great 2022, Katie, as well. Says that Shane there. What time is it in New Zealand? It is New Year. We have got 12:05 a.m. 1st of the 1st, 2022, and Happy New Year's. I actually am missing 2021 as well. And also still got two 30 minutes till New Year's as well. Yeah, because you're in Adelaide, aren't you, Xavier Brown? So you aren't quite in the celebration mood yet. I've just got these things on my head that really go all over the place. Like a helicopter, we have got there 2 hours, 30 minutes, and Happy New Year as well. And thank you, Shane, you too. And there as well, but that is going to be the end almost of a very economical. Still can't talk this year, unfortunately, although I haven't had a shower since last year as well. Although anyone who's not from New Zealand will think that that's meaning 365 days, but that is not. It's been 6 minutes at the moment now. We've got that. Let's fly to USA and go back one day as well, says James Gordon. You could almost actually get there by the time it does kind of come around. You could celebrate New Year's in about 50 different countries. No, you couldn't. I was going to say you could celebrate them in maybe about 10. Or Sam Billings once again misses the stumps. Stumps don't want to fall, and no more Fanta as well, says Xavier. Yeah, I ended up sculling this one just before New Year's. I I regretted it. I haven't had a shot since last year as well. I haven't had a shat since last year, I believe it is. And what's your goals for 2022, Shane? That's the thing. I think I've asked you guys all of your goals yet. I haven't actually said what mine are as well. So pretty much my goals, I've got quite a few, and I feel like the reason I've got quite a few is because I feel like 2021 has helped me build towards a mindset of just kind of going for things as well. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be getting out of the house a little bit more because I haven't really been doing that too much. I'm going to be balancing YouTube and also getting out and about as well. Then also I'd like to eat healthier, like to do a little bit of exercise as well. And then I think another one that I've got, of course, I got my own YouTube goals and type thing, but I also want to spend more time with my family, kind of just doing things, experiencing life for what it is as well. And also we have got that I was playing Fortnite, and then the game stopped mid-game and the fireworks were lit in 2022. Fireworks were lit as well, and to get 100k subs as well, says Music Kiwi. I don't think we'll get to 100. I think 15k would be a brilliant start for us as well. Doggett, no wicket, feeling bad, sir. As says Raj, yeah, at the moment he is struggling, Ben Doggett, but hopefully he does get himself one very soon as well. Definitely with them getting closer and closer to the tail, but Sam's, he's been bowling extremely well. Bowls the bouncer. That's going to go straight up in the air. Who was under that one? Running in. Doggett not able to take it. Oh, sorry, it was actually McAndrew. Didn't quite get onto it. And let's all be health buddies in 2022. As I says, Katie Dixon, my goal is to lose weight to get fit as well, says Xavier. And I also want to make this year feel like the good old years, as well, says James Gordon. Does that mean you're going to like not have technology or anything, James? Or are you going like good old years as in like just hanging out with friends and kind of getting that done? My goal is to have more friends as well, says up Music Kiwi there. At the moment, Daniel Sands, there will be a wide as well. And also agreed, health above all, big love as well. And also let's all be health buddies and also to get fit. So, but yeah, this stage, I'm excited. I feel like 2022, we'll have to see. I reckon Bath can be Irish as well. And he says, Xavier Brown, is that you reckon they can, or you think, or are you asking me if they can as well? I'm going to have a quick look at their lineups because I think it is coming up very soon as well. We've also got the 100% on the chat. It's going to be straight up in the air once again. They are flirting with danger here, and it's going to be taken by Mahmood. And this time, Garden is gone here. And I think one thing that's not going to change is the fact that we've still got spammers no matter the year as well. I want to make it like 2018, 2019, or 2017 and below as well, says James Gordon. And also asking you as well, It's going to be a tough one. London Irish, they are the king of the draws. If Bath can get a draw out of that game, I would actually be very impressed with it as well. First Muppet of 2022. It's an award in its own, I guess you could say. But Mahmood able to take that catch nicely. And it does now mean that they are going to be 5 down here for the Adelaide Strikers. And also just before COVID as well, says James Gordon. Yeah, that's the thing. It's crazy how quickly times change. And it's like pretty much 2019, late 2019, I was at the SCG in Australia for the Boxing Day test. And that was when it was just very early on and people were just starting to mention it. And then from there, it's kind of just escalated throughout the whole time. So hopefully we do find this year has a lot of, I guess, smiles on people's faces and everything along those guys, along those lines. As I'm hoping in 2020, the Highlanders win Super Rugby, but Darvaz as well. Anything's possible, though. Super Rugby, all you need is to get a good draw and kind of work your way into that quarterfinals, and then from there, it's everyone's game. I've realized I'm just shaking my head. That's not because I'm not agreeing. It's just because of the fact that I really want to keep these thingies bobbling around as well. That's going to be another wide from Daniel Sands. We have got there. Did you see Bath sign some Russian player? Is he any good as well? I haven't actually seen the name yet, so I probably won't know him off by heart, I guess, for that Russian fella. Anyone who hasn't already, be sure to leave a like on this live stream. It's a new year, ladies and gentlemen, here in New Zealand as well. We are sitting on 47. Our like goal by the end of this live stream, we wanted to hit 50 with 3 away. As I say, be sure to hit that like button as well. Now, Daniel Sands, he's taken 2 wickets so far, gone for 25 runs. It's a big full toss. It is hit down the ground for just a single. John Wells here. It's actually the key for the Adelaide Strikers if they want any chance of winning this game. If he goes, the team goes as well, because they have still got, they've still got Rashid Khan, who, if they only need about 20 or so runs, I feel like he is the man to get the job done. But if they need more than that, they currently need 15.5 runs per over. Also, we've got there, does the Russian guy drink vodka as well? And this is more Kagan. All Kiwi teams have a decent chance of winning Super Rugby, as well as, the list ends here actually as well. And also, I haven't been for a pizza. I haven't been for a pizza as well. And there's going to be nicely played. Yeah, I feel like there'll be a lot of food being brought tonight because of the fact that, probably not in New Zealand anymore, because everyone's New Year's resolutions probably were to eat better. So now in Australia, we'll be seeing the last orders of pizza. We'll be seeing the last orders of everything. I'm drunk as well, says Betty Wagon. So yeah, welcome back to the live stream, mate. Happy New Year. And also Valerie Morsov as the player bar signed as well. And Happy New Year, Hamish Give. I guess it's 2022. There it is indeed. And my goal for 2022 is to be more happy. I know it's sad, but it's the truth as well. It says Music Kiwi. Yeah, I guess the best way to do that, surround yourself with other people who want to be happy as well. And came to get empty beer and look at score as well. And there says Betty Wagon. Also, we have got there as a now New Year's there. It is indeed. And also, we have got there. Thank you for the live streams, Amish, as well. And we have got plenty more coming in the future as well. That is for sure. And to get more tries in school rugby as well. Enjoy, Betty. Happy New Year, my guy, as well. And also, I haven't been for a piss since last year. Says it, James Gordon there. Fair point. Neither have I. And at the moment, 65 runs needed from 24. Happy New Year as well. And Happy New Year, everyone. Be safe. Don't drink too much like I'm doing. So says Betty Wagon there in the chat as well. And at the moment, it's going to be John Wells. Countdown to 2022. Just put it up on the screen. It's 1 hour, 47 minutes in Australia. Oh, yeah, I'm already bugging out with me. That was getting a bit extreme there. We are 2 hours, 47 minutes till midnight as well. So yeah, at this stage, I feel like I am going to be in that situation of probably sleeping for a long time up until the morning, because we have got the test match that we are going to be hopefully covering plenty of on the channel. Happy New Year, brother. As well, and there says Katie Dixon. And Mahmood now, he's bowled 3 overs, 2 for 23 here from himself as well. Good economy rate. Ramp shot there from John Wells. That's going to be 4 years as well. Nicely played. And at the end there, but 127 for 5 here. John Wells, like I mentioned, he is the one who is going to be out there for the end of this game if they do want a chance of winning here, because I'm in Brizzy as well. Write him off again. Have a good one all. And I can't type, as says Betty Wagon. Also, we have got there. We are 10 hours, 46 minutes away, says Sebastian. And also, I'm going to play GTA Killing People for celebration as well, says James Gordon. As long as it's on GTA, New South Wales is an hour, 47 off midnight as well. I believe that they actually had that come up for here as well at the Adelaide Oval. Nice shot there from Wells. Go straight out to deep cover, though, and it was Jilt who was marking up with that one as well. And I might go for Beers and GTA as well. That's a fun way of doing it. As on, it's okay, Betty, it's New Year's. And there says Shane. But Mahmood currently, he doesn't go for a huge amount of runs throughout the overs that he bowls. He's gone for 28 so far. So been a little bit more expensive than we normally expect. He's going for 7 at the moment. But he has certainly got the ability to try and get Nielsen out here. Harry Nielsen, the wicketkeeper, the Englishman as well. It's a little while away from New Year's for England as well. And is it nice to drink? I'm not 18 yet, so I don't know. Apparently, it makes you feel, it makes you forget about your problems as well. Says Johan here, for some reason, my brain thinks the New Year is one closer to death as well. Says more cake. That's a nice way of thinking about it. Cheers. Stepping across the stumps there for Nielsen. Strikes it well. That's going to be another 4 runs there for the Adelaide Strikers. Slowly getting closer and closer here between these two sides at the moment. The Strikers, they actually only have a 3% chance of being able to go on to win this game. I wouldn't agree. I feel like it's a little bit closer than that with the talent that they have got left. They have got Rashid Khan will still be bouncing around. Oh, yeah, we have to wait until we're over 18 to have a drink as well. Or we all wait till we're 18 before we have a drink. And also, we have got there. Call you, see you. Or sorry, okay, see you next stream as well. I'm going to celebrate in GTA. Come on, almost to 8.8k subs as well there. And it's nice. Okay, nice. It's hot here as well. And also, we've got their caller in here, says Robert. And also, yeah, we all wait till we're 18 to have a drink. As I says, Betty Wagner, Happy New Year. Says, no, Mum, Happy New Year to you as well. Yeah, I hope you do have a good year indeed. We've got 365 days, unless it's a leap year, which I don't believe it is, or is it? Do we have another day? I'm going to have to check this one. Haven't checked it yet. March. No, where we're looking. Looking for February. It's not a leap year, so you got 365 days to do something. Everyone in the chat, we're going to do something, you know? And also, like I said, here's a cup of water to start off the new year. Like I said, Happy New Year as well. Says Music Kiwi. Cheers. I would chink my Fanta can, but I feel like that would be teasing you. Do you drink Amish as well, says Shane? Not very often. I'm more of a soft drink kind of guy, purely because of the fact that I have got the live streams every single night. I feel like if I end up drinking, I will end up slurring all my words more than I already do. 2024 is a leap year as well. Romania is effort country as I am. My first pint when I was 12 as well. Says Sebastian there, and the Rugby World Cup is next year as well, says More Cake. It is indeed. It's getting exciting. Imagine time starts reversing now. Then this Happy New Year has no reason to be as well, says Johan. That's deep. That's philosophical as well from you, Johan. I'm liking it. The moment we're doing the thinking outside of the box for the new year. At the moment, Nelson, he'll be trying to put this ball outside of the ground. He can't do that because Mahmood almost bowled it off the pitch for that delivery, and he is going to have to bowl that one again. And also, we have got the IPL fixers in the chat. Hello, mate. Hope you are doing decent, even though you are trying to spam. We appreciate you being here. Back-to-back match report as our Cricket T20 World Cup is in Australia to more cake as well. It's going to be a good one when we do get to see it take place as well. But at the moment, the Adelaide Strikers, I'm just seeing the odds, $21 is what they are paying at the moment here. $26, sorry. So they must have just lost the wicket. No, they didn't. Okay. It's the end of the over, though, but it is a good one, and they are still going to need 17 runs off it for the next 3. That's going to be tough to do. Screw the New Year, guys. Let's just have a great life as well, and Happy New Year to New Zealand. Not for me yet as well. And there, and also we've got there, mate. I got the 2027 World Cup in Australia as well, and got the 2032 Olympics in Brisbane. And also, I don't drink much beer. Always near the toilet. I stick to RTDs as well. And there says Shane Hayes, but at the moment, Harry Nielsen at one end, John O'Wells at the other. 18 balls left. Can they start their new year on a high here for the Adelaide Strikers? This game, it was debatable whether it was going to be taking place or not. And now we have got some very talented players for both of these sides. I feel like the thing is, I'm not underestimating the Adelaide Strikers here. Oh, he's missed that ball for that one, and now it is going to be sitting on 18.3 needed per over. There's a part of me that still thinks there's like a 0.1% chance that they can go on to win. In fact, it's a 0.7% chance. And also, is it also New Year in Australia? Not quite. Couple more hours, and then it will be. Also, how about them apples as well? Says More Cake. And also, I think I'm a quit the water drinking already as well. Says that Music Kiwi there. Giving himself space. Good shot from Nielsen to be able to dig that one out. And how much do they need to win as well? They will need themselves 51 runs off 16 balls. So unless there's some sixes coming, you and I were wrong, Hamish. If it goes 170, aren't we as well? Says Robert, we would be indeed, and let's have a great life. I think it's going to be my new slogan as well, with the 10 out of 10 for Music Kiwi. And true story, my crush gave me my first beer, too bad. I haven't seen her in years as well. Says that Music Kiwi there in the chat as well. Wait, if you haven't seen her in years, how old are you, Music Kiwi? If you see my video after as well, says Brandon, I might give it a look while I am having myself some tea. Shot down the ground from Wells, and that is going to be the 4 runs as well. They need lots of sixes. They do indeed here. If they do want a chance, I believe I said 169 would be how many the Strikers can get. Might be close as well, but thanks for the awesome year of streams, Hamish, and everyone in the chat. Made 2022 be even greater. I'm looking forward to it. I'm sitting on confetti. There you go, a little bit of confetti ball on the ground. Unfortunately, the party popper didn't really go off the first one. The second one did as well, but yeah, we got heaps planned. That's going to be a big shot from Wells. It's 6. It's 6 from John O'Wells there, and all of a sudden the odds start to change just a little bit. 2% chance that the Adelaide Strikers can go on to win this game, and they went from $31 underdogs to $14 underdogs. Now I finished high school like a couple of years ago as well. Says a Music Kiwi there, and also we have got there in UK. Happy New Year as well. 214,000 new cases in UK. Happy New Year as well. Says that Vernon there as well. And also, but yeah, we got plenty planned for the new year. We have got gaming, we've got sport, we've got more sport, we've got more sport, we've got rugby, we've got cricket, we've got more sport, and Down Under Fishing has said hi as well. Welcome into the live stream, mate. Happy New Year. Although you are in Australia, so not quite Happy New Year, but Happy New Year in an hour and a half time. I was got there. My sister gave me my first beer. I got into trouble with mum as well. Says it's Shane Hayes, but at the moment, Nielsen, he seems to be the man who's probably struggling a little bit more out of the two. They need 40 runs off 13 balls to be able to go on to win. They've got Rashid Khan, who is still in the sheds, ready to go if he does get the chance. They've taken their power surge. They will not have any help from the field placement. Nielsen now gets the full toss once again. Well bowled by Duggett, though. Do they take the 2? They just take the 1. Good work there from Duggett, and that is going to be the end of the over. 2 overs left. He has still got another one here, Duggett, and when are you going to play Far Cry again? I miss Guapo as well. And this is Johan. Hopefully it will be very soon. As also we have got there a Happy New Year from Donating Drunk Man as well. Says Betty, we appreciate that, but hopefully you do end up remembering this in the morning and not go, where might $20 go? That I had as well. We have got there COVID-19 in Auckland, Northland, 10 new cases, 5 in Auckland, 5 in Northland in today as well. So yeah, hopefully those case numbers don't end up ramping up too much, or else I feel like it is going to be very tough. And there we are. I was got there Guapo and that chat from Katie Dixon. But yeah, Super Rugby is still a debatable one. Are you doing the Black Cap games? Or Black Caps games, sorry, said the Kiwi Lab. We are going to be doing the first session of that day. And Betty, go home, you're drunk as well, says Music Kiwi. And also we have got the sister bought you a drink. Are you from Adelaide as well? Says Bastion there. At the moment, it is going to be 39 needed of 12 deliveries. Harry Nielsen, he either needs to whack this one hard or he does need to get this one so that it is going to be on strike. For the other man, it's a nice cover drive. Do they take the single? They do indeed. Cutting decides against throwing it as well. One as in next door to me as well. I'm home, as Liz is Betty Wiggin. And in the chat as well. Yeah, that's going to be interesting. Rashid Khan, if he needs to bat, he can certainly go on and help his side towards a victory here. But the chance of them winning is 0.6% chance. McAndrew very solid with the ball in hand, and also it will be at the other end. I believe they'll go Duggett. Actually, they've still got Daniel Sams with another over, but I'm off to get more drunk, if that's possible at this point, as says Betty Williams. So we'll see you later on, mate. Happy New Year. Hope you do enjoy it, 2022. Yeah, as well, says the Kiwi lad, and also a brewer. And there says the Music Kiwi. But McAndrew now, they need a 6. Going to be hit well by Wells. It goes through the gap, and that's going to be another 4 runs here for John O'Wells. He doesn't want this game to end. It looks like he's still going to be working very hard for his side to see whether or not he can get the win. And also, we've got there, better go to the pub then as well. And also, we've got there, I hope they not come here. As I says, Brennan and Brewer in there from Katie Dixon. And that is going to be a good shot from John O'Wells. He's sitting on 40 runs of 21 deliveries. He actually needs to go at a strike rate of about 300, if not 350. To be able to win this. It is a boundary, a ball here for Mr. John Wells to be able to get aside the win here. Can he do it? That's the question. McAndrew gets the length slightly wrong, or it hits into the stumps. And because of that, that is going to be no run. If that missed the stumps, it was 4 down the ground. But because it hit the stumps, it does mean now that they do need 22 of its 17. George Garton and also Thomas Kelly, the two men who haven't been able to get themselves in the situation of hitting a boundary. The only two men as well. At the moment, McAndrew is going to be ready to go here. Once again, 34 runs needed off 9 balls. Can the Adelaide Strikers do it? It's leg side. Good shot there from John Wells. It's going to be cut off by Arjun near there. And at the deep, he throws it back in. They get back for the 2 runs, but they need more than 2s. At this point, now from here on out, they need all 6s. No, sorry, they need all 4s. Every single shot, 22 off 17. What do you mean as well? And there it says that it was a Music Kiwi as well. Oh, never mind, you fixed it as well. Says that Music Kiwi there, but yeah, 32 runs needed off 8 balls here. Still possible to win, says Shane Hayes. There is still a chance for them as well. They are sitting with a 0.5% chance, but there is still a chance. Now there is not much of a chance. He did miss that ball, unfortunately for him. And the Adelaide Strikers are now $101 favourites. Or sorry, $101 underdogs. Yeah, although they've dropped to 51. There might be just a little slither of hope here. He needs that a 6 though. And then from there, Nielsen. I would say that Nielsen, unfortunately, I don't want to point fingers, but sitting on 9 runs off 8 balls has really slowed down kind of the partnership between Wells and also Harry Nielsen here for this game. The shot there from Jono Wells, lobs the field, gets the 4 runs, and off the final over, they are going to need 28 runs to win. This will be a very good win for the Thunder. Succeeded without some of their key cricketers. Exactly right. They were the underdogs going into the match as well. Jono Wells, he's not happy at the moment. They're going to need all boundaries, 2 6s, 2 6s as well. They're going to need 4 4s, 2 6s as well. Can they do it off Daniel Sands? And we almost attacked by a baboon before Amish as well. Says that, Johan, it did sound a little bit like it, didn't it? As well. I feel like I quite like my sparkly hat. Would people believe that I haven't been drinking? Daniel Sams now. It's up in the air there. Nielsen doesn't get any of it. They've got to only take the single there. Nielsen cannot be on strike. And now Wells, he's going to have to get a few more of them as well. And we almost got the eyeballs. As El says, yeah, and also extreme bambooing there in the chat as well. It's like I'm flying. It's probably quite loud, isn't it? 5 6s will win the match. 4 6s and 4 will also win the match. Couple wides from Daniel Sands would be pretty nice for the Adelaide Strikers here. He's hit that one hard. He hasn't hit it long, and that's going to be the wicket, and that will be the end of the game now. Other than, of course, the fact that we've still got 4 more balls. Jono Wells, that was a firework. Yeah, that on my chimney just blew up. That's going to be Jono Wells gone 46 off 26. He just didn't have enough support with him as well. Strike rate, he was going at 176, and also we've got there, you look like a little bumblebee as well, says Katie Dixon, and baboons are so aggressive as well, says Johan there. And also we have there out from Novman, also Hamish flopping his thingies on stream as well. Says Sebastian, yeah, probably not the best way of titling the video, so strikers can't win as well, says Novman. Not quite. Unless Daniel Sands bowls a no ball or a couple wides, it is going to be going the way of the Sydney Thunder. Look at that. It's like bright in the sky at the moment. Rashid Khan. Nielsen, though, he is going to be sitting on 10 runs off 9 deliveries. Once again, going to be a single. Oh, I said 169, didn't I? Could be close. We always got there. Where did you buy that thing on your head, Hamish, as well? I think we got it in either it was a Christmas cracker or kind of, I think my nana got it for us like 10 years ago to just wear at Christmas time. And I was like, it kind of looks Christmassy, but it could also be considered New Year's-y. So I went with it, you know? And also low Hamish as well. Says Katie Dixon at the moment. Daniel Sams. Rashid Khan. Hits that one straight to the keeper. There's going to be a golden duck for Rashid Khan. He's going to be gone, and Daniel Sams now gets himself his 4th wicket. He's trying to go for the golden cap here. The moment, Rashid Khan, he's not too happy with that one. Just gets the edge. Goes straight to the man behind the stump, Sam Billings. Anyone who is new to the channel, be sure to leave a like and subscribe as well. We are going to be back with plenty more BBL. Also, we are going to have the test match tomorrow that we will be covering on the channel as well. So if you are new, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. Rashid Khan out for the golden duck. It's unfortunate for him, but at the moment, they are going to need quite a few runs. 26 off 2 as well. Do they make loud metal noisemakers anymore? Are the ones that twirl around in one hand and sound like a coffee grinder? I think they do, but I don't have one, sadly. Those ones that go, those ones, I believe. And Hamish get jiggy as well, or Hamish getting jiggy. MD, that's going to be a shot. Play it out, and that is going to be just the single. 1 ball left in this game. If he hits a 6, I'm bang on the money. If I don't see a 6 here, I'll be a little bit sad. I wish the All Blacks a happy new year, and I hope that they will make the legendary Scott Robinson their head coach soon, as I hear those ones as well. Says Katie Dixon. At this stage, final ball here for Daniel Sams. He's got 4 wickets. Can he get the 5 for? It's going to be a decent shot there from Nielsen. Does almost race away to the boundary. A little bit of a misfield from Sanger, and they're going to get themselves 165 here for the end of the innings, and it is a win for the Sydney Thunder. We have got there. Another goal is to get to R and A next New Year's as well. And there says it was Shane Hayes, and also they sound all crunchy as well. Just check as the first session of the Black Cats test. You're doing right. It is indeed. We are going to do the first session. We'll probably end up scheduling it tomorrow to try and avoid the copyright strike overnight, just because I know what those ones can be like for the live streams, but it will be overnight. And then tomorrow morning, I will end up scheduling it probably about an hour before the start of play. Good night, Hamish. Have a good 2022. Right back at you, mate. Almost 2022 for yourself. Yeah, hopefully you do enjoy it and make the most of it as well. I just realized you remind me of with that headband on Plankton as well. I could be Plankton from SpongeBob. I was watching SpongeBob yesterday, which is something that I'm going to openly admit. Still watch it occasionally. We have got there back. I just got done rolling Vargos and ballers. Oof, I rolled those ballers all right as well. Says James Gordon there on Spark Sport. Is Black Cats on Spark or Sky? It is going to be on Spark Sport for that one as well. But what I am going to do is I am going to be having a quick wee look and see who is closest. Nathan Sims said 177. Taylor said 176. The Strikers, the win was one. That was relatively popular as well. 180. Oh, David's nailed it. David has nailed it. I thought I was close. David, the mod, has been able to get himself the full 3 points. Absolutely. Well done, David. Hello, if you're still here, if you are asleep. Hello. And at the moment, first place for David does get it nicely. Roberts, 170. And I am 169 as well. What else have we got? The Strikers, 172. And they're so relatively close. But in the end, I believe it is going to be myself, the Kiwi lads. Does get himself the 2 points there. Oh, yes. And then in third, it is going to be Robert, who gets himself another point for today. So third place for Robert both times in this one. So that's a valuable 2 points, mate. So nicely done there. And also we have got there and the chat. No beating around the bush. It's put there. Thank you so much for the New Year's Eve entertainment as well. Thank you very much, mate, for the donation. Hugely appreciated you being here and hope to see you for 2022 as well. Just put it on one bloody channel as well. Says Music Kiwi there. And I assume that is for the cricket and also 2K Yens as well. And there says Sebastian and Oi 2K Yens. And so I've never actually had a donation in Yens as well. So thank you very much. No betting around the bush. And also, okay, then see you at every exactly midnight in Romania. Happy 2022 and go as well for New Zealand or go New Zealand. I said 170. You did indeed, Robert. So you do get yourself the 1 point for that one. I checked the West Coast, as I said, James Gordon and the chat. But nonetheless, thank you all very much for tuning in. Thank you for making it a memorable 2021. And here's to 2022. Because we have got plenty more coming in the future, including the cricket, including the rugby, including the game, and including the Reacts channel might even make an appearance for it as well. But thank you all very much for tuning in, and I will see you guys for 2022 for those who haven't quite ticked over to it. But thank you all very much for tuning in, and I will see you all